Yep. Yes, they do. That is a pain in my ass. Alright, sell, please. Staff of Stasis. That's kind of cool. I might try and take that apart for pieces. Alright, the rest of this junk we sell. Let's get rid of all of this garbage. I could do that, but I know she adds some content, even if she's mostly annoying. So I'd be doing you guys a disservice if I didn't bring her along. So we'll be bringing Sarah along, much as I don't like the character. Don't be wrong, the character, as we've said, is well written. It's a good character. It's just I don't like her character at all and find her deeply annoying. I know, Dee. But it would be unfair to everyone if I did not bring along someone that annoys me. Okay, what's this? Keep that and that. The rest of this can go. Exactly, she's hated for who she is, not her lack of substance. No, Iron Bull's already got a better one. There we go, we're starting to lose this giant amount of crap we're holding. Do I want that? I want to say no. Go away. Go away. I will keep that, however. That is actually not amazingly useful, but it is somewhat useful. Life Ward Amulet. Under no circumstances am I selling a Life Ward Amulet. Is there any point to me keeping the Mercy's Crest? We've used it for that quest, and I've still got it. I don't get anything for it, but it's taking up an inventory slot. Do I have any use for that? I want to say no. Is there any point in carrying that around? I need a storage. In all other Dragon Age games at this point in the game, I've had some kind of storage to dump my junk in. I don't have a storage in this game. Yet. Hopefully there is a storage, otherwise I'm going to be very sad. In this whole camp, there is nowhere for me to dump junk. There is a storage in the castle. I don't have a castle right now. So currently I have no storage. So, again, does anyone know if I can dump this Mercy's crest? Because I don't want that. I have no reason for it to be there. And really, really want to sell it. Because it's taking up an inventory slot of my precious 60 inventory slots. Which makes me a very sad monkey. Pretty sure I don't need it anymore. Goodbye, Mercy's Crest. You were useful for all of 10 seconds. Bianca Arms. We already have Bianca. Do we have Bianca Arms 2 already? Varric, come here. Yep, we've already got better. Okay, goodbye. Thank you, Varric. Anything to sell? Also, we did get a load of schematics last time we were out. It would be a shame if we didn't check if we could make anything. And also, yes, before anyone asks, it's still very warm here, and the humidity is still very high. But the actual temperature itself, aside from the humidity, is a little better today. So, I'm still very warm.
Here, have something to drink.
Thank you, my dear. Strangely topical to what I was talking about. Alright, I want to have a look here. Can I craft anything? Okay, we can craft a few things. Sturdy Enchanter's Coat, I've already made that. Sturdy Apprentice Armor. Ooh. Well, aren't you interesting? However, I'm pretty sure Sturdy Enchanter's Coat's better. Yeah, Sturdy Enchanter's Coat's better. That's kind of cool looking. The kind of waistcoat with a cape on it. Sturdy Enchanter's Coat's better, though. So we're sticking with that.
Another time, then.
Okay, how about craft weapons? Ooh. Well, hello there. You might be useful if I can make something better for Cassandra or for Blackwall. That's it. What can we do with it? That damage number is very nice. Can I improve it? Yes, yes you can, if you have enough stuff. I don't think I have enough stuff. Lazurite. One more obsidian would make that quite beautiful, actually. That's annoying. Look at that. It's beautiful. Onyx, on the other hand, not quite as good. Paragon's Luster, same thing. Beans. This makes me a sad panda. What else can you make it with? Just adds additions. Alright, fair enough. Okay, we might try and make that one of our guys later. I can make Grey Warden shields. When was I able to do this? I need more materials. What's the way to buy materials? Cleansing Rune. Red Templars? What the hell's a Red Templar? Someone that painted their armor? Fire Rune. Oh, I like the look of you. What do I need to do a fire rune? How does one do that? Blank rune stuff. I haven't reached that part in the game, have I? Where it's gonna tell me how to do rune-y stuff. Beans. That makes me a very sad monkey. I would like to make fire swords and fire things. Alright, modify weapons. Can I do anything here? Staff of Stasis. What do you have on you that I might like? I actually can't modify that at all. Which is a shame. Can I do anything to... You can put runes on staffs. Well, that's going to be fun when I get to that point. Have I got anything that I can add to you? Anything at all? I do like that my staff gives me 7% healies on kill. That is broken. Good God. Okay, I have two amazing things to give. It's weird. Sarah's going to be well equipped, despite the fact that I don't like her. Superior Hunter's Coat. When did I get that? I'm sorry, when did I get that? Sarah is a bow user. Never mind, not Sarah. What's his name? Cole. Thank you. One kitchen built. Now you gotta build a swing. I wish you luck, my dear. I wish you... I am never wearing that. That is hideous. Ugh, that's hideous. Sigils are crap, as we have found out, so I'm probably not ever going to bother with them unless I come across one that does not have massive drawbacks for a small bonus.
Another time, then.
Alright, never mind. We're good. Shame you can't temper your stuff. Anyway, we should probably get cracking. Yes, I know you want me to do that. Sod off. To the world map. We need to go to Friends of Red Jenny. Everyone, prepare to want to hit someone with a stick. Because I'm certainly going to do that. One kitchen built. Now you got to build a silly swing. I know I just read that before, but it just makes me laugh. Oh, Dorian, that's right. I forgot, we have a new person. I haven't spoken to Dorian yet. Get away. Where is Dorian? I haven't actually talked to him. Where is Dorian? Dorian? He's over there near Solus. Hang on, I'm coming. Always talk to new party members first. Ugh, I completely forgot. Not that way. That way. Might try talking to Varric and see if there's anything new to talk to him about, too. I mean, surely there must be something new to talk about. We've done so many things. What is this? This wasn't here before. That's a good point. Let's check on everyone before we unleash Sarah on them, because everyone's going to want to kill her. Hey.
The Inquisition supports free mages. What's next? Elves running Halamsharal? Cows milking farmers?
Always go, Snark.
Give me time. I'm sure I'll surprise you.
I suspect that's untrue. Yes, you strip yourself naked and allow the Chantry to flog you into repentance.
True.
Now, that would surprise me. I do wonder if you've considered what this support of yours will do. For mages in general, I mean. The Inquisition is seen as an authority. You've given southern mages license to, well, be like mages back home.
No, we're not flirting with him. Always go with the snarky options. Unless, of course, you're talking to your love interest, in which case, bad plan.
So what? They all turn into blood mages, worship dragons, and then take over?
Not at first. But you'd be a fool not to see where this could lead.
Agreed, Dizzy.
The Imperium was once just like the South. Templars, proper circles, all that rot. Then it changed. By inches. Not that this is reason to oppress us. Still, my homeland should be a cautionary tale, not a source of inspiration.
I'm liking Dorian more and more. I like this guy. We can definitely ask Iron Bull, say, hey, Iron Bull, do you want to go yeet some people into a lake and make sure they stay in there until they don't come back up? Yeah, Dorian, so far, I'm liking this guy. He is quite hilarious, and the snark, the sarcasm is beautiful.
You mean?
Beyond that, yes.
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed, which is obvious to anyone.
I'm not doing that. Snark.
Some more than others.
Some people have superior taste. Now, what was I talking about? Ah, yes, me.
I agree.
am
We'll
the
find a
son
way to
of
make him date
Promise,
Iron Bull.
A product of generations of careful breeding and the repository of its hopes and dreams. Naturally, I despised it all. The lies, the scheming, the illusions of supremacy.
Also, that man has a beautifully crafted moustache.
Needless to say, my
I don't like
family was
moustaches
not
on me
happy with
myself,
my
but I can
choices.
appreciate a good moustache. Your family is angry with you. Careful breeding, you don't like Tevinter, why not go back? That's... okay. Question
Why would
time.
your family be upset with your choices?
Because I rejected their idyllic plan. If they had their way, by now I'd be married to some unlucky girl from a powerful family. We'd live in luxurious despair, despising each other as I waited to take my father's place in the magisterium.
Sounds
I
deeply
declined
boring.
the honor, and thus it's best I'm far from home. Less of an embarrassment that way, you see.
I'm getting the impression that you don't care much for your homeland.
On the contrary, I care for my homeland a great deal. There's so much potential. Sadly, we squander it. We refuse to acknowledge how far
True.
we've fallen because pretending is easier. We pretend the Qunari can be beaten. We pretend that we're superior to everyone, even our own people. Not everyone feels that way. I don't. Sadly, we're the minority.
Yeah, I'm starting to like you more and more. You are qualifying for good friend status right now.
It just seems so much of what you say about the Imperium is entirely negative.
It might sound that way. For all our faults, my people have many virtues. We are laden with history and culture. Tevinter is where Thedas truly began, remember? We treasure our past and preserve it. You can walk down a side street and find nothing built during the modern ages.
Now that I like.
Despite
As a
appearances,
lover of
we
history and
care.
particularly old buildings, I mean,
About everything.
I live in England. We have
no
we have
reserve,
castles
war
and
not
random
enough.
ruins from thousands of years ago knocking around. I mean, hell, you walk down Winchester Winchester streets.
I wouldn't wish it so
You know, that's
much.
quite a few miles away. But if you walk down Winchester streets, you can find chunks of old ruins and castles just there. There's an archway you can walk right through that's been there for the last 800 years. I love that. Alright, careful breeding. Want to know
What do you
about that?
mean by generations of careful breeding?
The great families of Tevinter don't have children. They refine traits, weed out the undesirable, and promote the rest.
Charming.
My mother was chosen for my father because magic runs strongly in her blood. Never mind that they loathed each other. They wanted a son who could become Archon to make House
Enjoy,
Promise
MG.
the envy of the Imperium. They got me. A cautionary tale that you should be careful what you wish for.
Why remain with the Inquisition? Why not go back to Tevinter?
I love my coat.
I'm not exactly welcome.
Is
Not
there a
that
way
it
someone could
matters,
make
I'm
that
quite
coat for me in
accustomed
real
to being
life?
a
I would
pariah.
pay them.
It adds to my charm.
If I had money.
I can do more for Tevinter here. If the Venatori succeed, it'll set my homeland back 1,000 years. I'm sure some magisters would disagree, but that's why we kill them.
I think I've heard enough.
That's too bad. I never tire of talking about myself.
This man's snark is glorious. Tell me about the Imperium.
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
Ah, yes. Everyone outside the Imperium always seems quite fascinated by it.
I'm surprised Cassandra hasn't had a
They
chat
come
with this
up
guy, like, tell me
ridiculous
everything you know.
tales. Flying cows over Minrathous. That's madness. All right, that one's actually true, but the cows didn't have wings. I digress. Anything in particular you
Flying
wanted
cows.
to know?
Yes, actually. Do mages truly... Actually, let's ask about blood magic.
Just how often is blood magic used there?
Oh, not at all.
Not at all.
That's what any magister would tell you. They'd be convincingly offended by the notion too. Of course, what people call blood magic here, and what we consider blood magic, are two different things.
What do you call it?
What's considered actual blood magic in Tevinter?
Blood magic isn't inherently dangerous. Using your own blood or that of a willing participant, what's the harm? The problem is that what's permitted only gets you so much power. And what if you need more? You always need more. That's where we get into sacrifices,
Ah.
and demon summoning. None of that is done. Not officially. Behind closed doors, it's a different story. Real blood magic can give you an edge. A leg up against your
Sacrifices.
opponents.
Oh
It's
dear.
safe to assume that any mage of rank does it. The rest are quietly shut out of power, to put it bluntly.
You'd think the Templars would object.
I imagine they did, long ago. Once, their investigations might have been sincere. Then their balls were cut off. Too inconvenient. Nowadays, only the friendless are accused. And most of them probably innocent.
There must be some mages who oppose this.
Of course. I do. And I'm not entirely alone. Occasionally, there'll be a magister who makes noise. And then the reform talk begins. All very patriotic. Meanwhile, that magister will be quietly shunned. Chances are, surprise, it's learned he was a Maleficar all along. Most learn to keep quiet. Me? I enjoy the allure of pariahhood.
I gotta ask.
Anyone who talks about the Imperium mentions slavery. It's the center of the slave trade.
Ah. That is true.
And? Did you have slaves?
Not personally, but my family does and treats them well. Honestly, I never thought much about it until I came south. Back home, it's how it is. Slaves are everywhere. You don't question it. I'm not even certain many slaves do.
Well,
Everything
we
in
don't have
moderation.
slaves in the south.
In the south, you have alienages, slums, both human and elven. The desperate have no
He's
way.
right.
Back home,
You're
a
preaching
poor
to the
man can
already
save himself.
converted, sir. I agree.
As a slave, he could have a position of respect, comfort, and could even support a family. Some slaves are treated poorly, it's true. But do you honestly think inescapable poverty is better?
Treated poorly?
Is that what you call it? Treated poorly?
Abuse heaped upon those without power isn't limited to Tevinter, my friend.
He's
I
right.
don't know what it's like to be a slave, true. I never thought about it until I saw how different it was here. But I suspect you don't know either. Nor should you believe that every tale of Tevinter excess is the norm.
That's true. Bump.
There's an Imperial Chantry, isn't there? With its own divine.
You people aren't supposed to talk about the Black Divine, are you? If you mention him outside the Imperium, people make that face, like you're urinating in public. But yes, we do have the Chantry. Or a version
Indeed,
of it.
DD. I suspect in
Night
the
and day
Qun they are
comparing it.
simply killed without any thought, to be honest.
Is the Imperial Chantry so different from ours?
Not in theory. The main difference is in the whole magic is meant to serve man, not rule over him business. Back
Coulda gathered.
home, ruling the unwashed masses is serving them, for the good of the Imperium. Perhaps it started with good intentions, but these days it's academic. The circles are in command.
There are circles of magi in the Imperium.
We don't have dismal little mage prisons, if that's what you mean. They're academies, prestigious ones. We have Templars as well, but they don't cancel spells or whatever your Templars do.
So they don't do the whole
They don't use
eating rule.
lyrium.
They use the
As if
lyrium
there'd be
thing.
any left for them. They watch for abuse of magic, yes, but only those who are weak or who fall out of favor get dealt with. Mostly they enforce the Magisterium's edicts. The Chantry smiles and nods from the sidelines.
My eyes are playing up today.
Do you really call him the Black Divine?
We don't call him that, oh no. In the Imperium, he's the true divine. The woman sitting on the Sunburst throne is some backwater pretender. It all stems from a disagreement over Andraste. Marvelous, isn't it?
What's the disagreement?
Why would they disagree over Andraste?
It's not my field of expertise, but the Imperium believes Andraste was a mortal woman, a mage. Down south, they say, no, she's the bride of the Maker, ascended to his side, divine provenance, a blah blah blah. We feel
That's a
better believing
horrifying thought,
Andraste
Didi,
was
but I
one
think
of
you might be
us.
right.
Makes executing her less damning, you see. So we elected a man as divine, the South declared war, and we've been feuding cousins ever since.
Divine being male, which I understand is not the norm.
So the Imperial Divine is always a man.
All the better to distinguish him from that other one, yes. Don't think there aren't a number of female magisters who bristle at that. Why can't they be divine after all? Same reason you never see a man on the Sunburst.
Oh, I misread that, Didi. Sorry, I thought
because
you meant
that's
testing
how
us
it's
in, like,
always
prisoners.
been done. Excellent reasoning.
Are you religious?
You consider yourself Andrastian.
The big question. It might surprise you that I do consider myself Andrastian. I simply do not believe in the Chantry.
You and I are
It is a
going to get on
relic, whether
fabulously,
back
Dorian.
home or here in the south. Something from a bygone age desperately clinging to relevance. It's not an opinion that makes me
Preach! Preach! I agree with you.
I share your opinion, actually.
That's not surprising, considering what the Inquisition represents. I'll say this. I may not believe in the Chantry, but I believe in you.
Aww,
The Maker
wholesomeness.
sent you, whether through Andraste or fate. Cassandra is not wrong. You are what we needed most at the moment we needed it. That's what they will say in ages to come.
I'm surprised you think that. I agree. That's true, Didi.
You don't seem like the religious sort, to be honest.
If you define religious as sitting in a chantry and listening to a blithering hen tell you how to
True,
live,
true.
then no. If you define it as believing in the possibility that something larger than yourself exists, then yes, by all means. The world is bigger than I, even bigger than you. It laughs at all the things we
That's
think
true.
we know. The Maker doesn't need me to believe, but I do. The thought of no one at all watching out for us is too frightening.
Yeah, you should probably wrap up, Dorian. It's pretty cold here.
Let me ask you something else.
So many questions.
Of course. I'm interested.
It seems strange that an entire empire would be ruled by mages.
Yes.
Why are you less qualified to rule than some tart with a fancy crown? Actually, the fiction
Dorian,
here
I'm
is
loving
that
you more and
mages
more.
Don't rule. The Magisterium rules. That magisters are all mages is considered a convenient technicality.
What is the Magisterium exactly?
The upper house of the Imperial Senate, and the only part worth having a seat on. Those seats are split among the circles of Magi, the Chantry, and the major families. All mages now. It's odd that outside the Imperium, you use Magister like it applies to every Tevinter mage.
If you're not a Magister, then what are you called? No special title?
I'm an Altus, which is almost as good as a Magister.
An
Depending
Altus?
on
Never
who
heard
you
this
ask.
before. And an Altus is... Yep, quite so, Didi. Quite so.
Never heard of an
altars. Upper class. Those families who trace descent from the Dreamers, the first prophets of the old gods. If you're a mage and you're not Altus, then you're later. Lower class. If you're not a mage at all, you're Soparati. That's everyone else. We do love our fancy words.
The more you know.
If it's a fiction, that means mages do rule then.
Yes and no. Let me put it this way. Mages do rule, but not all mages are equal.
Makes
If
sense.
you're not from the right family, chances are you don't rule anything. Maybe you're even a slave. The idea that anyone could be a mage, however, keeps the masses placated.
Is that true?
Can anyone be a mage?
Technically, the potential runs mostly in bloodlines, but it's been known to happen. More importantly, commoners believe it can. Tevinter legend is chock full of mage heroes from humble origins. So they hold out hope. Someday,
Yes,
my son or my
indeed,
son's
Didi. Yes,
son will be a
indeed.
mage.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Someday. Poor sods don't realize that means he'll be a quaestor at the arse end of the 100 Pillars, at best.
Being a quaestor isn't a good thing.
I imagine
True.
the average non-mage likes to think so. Counting numbers and shuffling papers all day is better than many occupations after all. If you're a second-class citizen among a pack of piranha, however,
Indeed.
your outlook changes.
What of the Archon?
I thought the Archon ruled over the Imperium.
Well, yes. Technically, he can overrule laws passed by the Magisterium, but that never happens. Even
Nice,
so,
MG.
He gets to
Nice.
appoint new magisters,
I love that
which
quote.
means all the families vie madly for his favor. Thus, the Archon gets invited to all the parties. The truest path to Tevinter influence. let me
Sounds a
tell
lot
you.
like Orlais and the game.
Let me ask you something else.
Now, I think this is a terrible, terrible thing to ask, but I'm going to do it.
I'm wondering if the Imperium would be a useful ally.
I'd think you'd be more concerned whether or not they'd support the Venatori. They won't, of course. At least, not officially. They'll disavow all knowledge of
The game has
dangerous
slightly less
substances.
fireballs. Slightly.
Secretly,
Yes,
many
indeed.
magisters will rejoice at the idea. And if the South falls to chaos in the meantime, all the better.
It would be in the Imperium's best interest to help. Surely it could use allies.
I think the Imperium gave up on the idea of allies a long time ago.
Not a good move.
We've been fighting the Qunari for what? 200 years off and on? It's a point of pride that we go it alone. They'll sneer at the South behind their silk handkerchiefs and say, "You've had it easy for far too long." Let's not forget that the Inquisition seems to be an arm of the Orlesian Chantry. Anathema so far as they're concerned.
We're not part of the Chantry. The Chantry opposed the Inquisition's formation.
You think that matters? Don't be silly. The Herald of Andraste. Your very title smacks of the Southern Chantry. You may as well be
He's
an
not
evil.
wrong.
I think they're far
He's
more
really
frightened
not
what
wrong.
you'll do if you succeed.
That's all I wanted to know.
Fair enough.
Fighting. It's basically a Cold War. Have you seen
Have
Alexis?
you gone to see Alexius yet? He's in the cells.
Not yet, no. I saw him before they locked him up.
Indeed.
He looked despondent.
Can we talk to Alexius? Is that a thing we can
Not
do?
the man I remember, nor the one I want to. I suppose the Inquisition will judge him eventually. I wonder if there's any chance they'll show him mercy. He hardly deserves it, but for Felix's sake. I can't help hoping there's something left of the man I once knew.
If I do have to judge someone and I show him mercy, I imagine everyone else is not going to be particularly happy with that. Can I just imprison him? Alright, let's talk to everyone else. Solus, anything to talk about?
So we have gained the mages. Excellent. They should be able to seal the breach. You are certain you experienced time travel. Could it have been an illusion? A trick of the Fade?
Nope. True, did he?
Dorian was sure, impossible as it seemed.
Beans.
What an amazing gift.
He's not happy about that. Fine. This is why I save with you, Solus. Anytime I mention... Okay, fine. I'll say I'm fairly certain. You better not disapprove of this.
So we have gained the mages. Excellent. They should be...
Get on
You
with
are
it.
certain you experienced time travel. Could it have been an illusion?
He slightly approves.
A
There we
trick
go.
of the Fade.
I've been to the Fade before. I'd know it.
Point taken. What an amazing gift. It is vital the Inquisition succeed to avoid the future you witnessed.
I saw you there. No, I didn't. Not amazing, terrifying.
So many were dead. More had been corrupted.
Oh, come on!
I suggest...
Damn it, Solus! They're so picky. And the best part is, or should I say the worst part is, these guys are nothing compared to how picky Sarah will be. Sarah, whatever her name is. Alright, talk to me.
You gained the mages.
La 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 la.
You experienced time.
La 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 la.
Amazing gift. It is
I'm
vital
gonna lie and say I saw him there.
to avoid the future you witnessed.
I'm surprised you're not more interested in your own future.
I know enough.
Agreed, Didi.
If that future happened, then I, and Cassandra, Cullen and the rest, failed to stop this Elder One. Speaking of which, you should ready yourself.
For?
This Elder One. You have now interfered with his plans twice. Once at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and now again at Redcliffe. A being who aspires to godhood is unlikely to ignore such an affront.
True. Okay, there we go. We got some new stuff. Let's talk to someone a little bit more agreeable, shall we? Varric, come here. I need my best dwarf, bro. Finally. Ah, Varric, my boy. Don't forget Vivs. Oh, yeah, that's the point. Vivs is over there. Oh, wait, where the hell... I should talk to Cullen as well.
The Mage Rebellion joins the Inquisition. I've got to admit that's a twist I didn't see coming. One thing you saw in the future worries me. I mean, it was all bad. But Red Lyrium and Ferelden, infecting people and growing out of them,
Yes,
that's
indeed.
bad. Finding more of it
Dear
really
Josephine.
punches a hole in my Red Lyrium at the temple was a coincidence theory.
How long does it take for red lyrium to grow? How fast can it
My
spread?
old... Oh, Liliana.
It took
yes.
years to infect people in Kirkwall, but no one there was actually ingesting the stuff. This Elder One managed to take the worst thing I can think of and make it worse. That's an accomplishment.
We need to eliminate it.
We can't leave a single piece of that lyrium out in the wild.
I'm with you on that. I've got people trying to find out where the red stuff came from. I think maybe we should make that a priority.
Oh, I'd agree.
But that's enough doom and gloom. You just won a big victory for the Inquisition. What are you going to do to celebrate?
That's a good point. We should celebrate. A banquet. Something
Party.
like a banquet.
I was way ahead of you, Didi.
Word
I
to
was already about to say
Josephine,
that.
and I bet she could arrange anything. Things should be calm around here for at least the next hour. Take a moment to enjoy it. If
I
the
love you,
world's
bro.
about to end, I'm sure the Seeker will let us know.
Ah, Varric, thank you for reinvigorating my mood. Right, let's go talk to the other two. Oh, Liliana. Didi, be on watch. I need you on Overwatch for Liliana. We need to unharden Liliana, otherwise she's going to become a problem. That's the one thing I do remember.
Go in peace, Herald of
So, yeah. Didi, if you see an option for me to make her less angry about the world, let me know! Alright, Liliana! Murder bad, sparing people good.
It
Sounds fairly
seems
simple.
Blackwall knows nothing about the disappearance of the Grey Wardens. It's a disappointment. I am, however, glad that he is with us, even if he was not what I expected.
What
He
were you
seems to be a
expecting?
good man, and his experience will be an asset to the Inquisition. As for the other Wardens, I suppose we will have to keep looking.
In Redcliffe, you sacrificed yourself so that I could return here.
Of course I did. One small life in exchange for a second chance at history. I always loved a bargain.
It was still a sacrifice, and still noble.
And I would do it again.
Anything I should know?
Altegan has returned to Redcliffe Castle.
Yay!
And resumed his duties as Lord.
Just send your boy
People
to
are
a damn
returning,
letter. I know, right?
Slowly but surely. Unfortunately, our show of support for the mages has angered many.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
Okay, I think we've got... I might ask about herself for a
Let's talk
second.
about you.
Me?
What did you do before you worked for the Divine?
I was a bard.
We've already done this.
For many years. After the Blight, the Divine called on me to oversee her personal network.
Don't think I've done
Teach
this.
me to be a bard.
Being a bard is so much more than being a spy. It involves a keen understanding of politics, the ebb and flow of influence, the great game. The bard's is an intricate dance where a smile can be sharper than any dagger. The best way to learn is to immerse yourself in it. Perhaps when this is all over, I'll teach you.
Sounds good.
Bards tell tales. I bet you tell
This
some
seems
good
new.
ones.
Give us some stories.
There are plenty of tales in the library. Perhaps you should look for them there.
Damn it.
I should leave you to your work.
We can always talk later.
Indeed. Okay, well on the plus side, Liliana seems fairly chill at the moment. Right. Need to go talk to Viv. Dear Josephine. Cassandra, who I'm wondering if it might be interesting to romance her. Maybe, but I'm still very fond of Josephine. Oh god, shut up. Lady, we are in the middle of a war. Right now, we don't need that.
And turned it against his
Hello.
children. If Fiona and her malcontents are joining us as allies, we
Massive disapproval.
Abominations are inevitable.
Mm,
Cullen
indeed.
doesn't have enough Templars to handle incidents. Some of the rank and file need to be
I know, she likes the circle.
The last thing we need are abominations running amok.
I knew you would have a proper grasp
There
of
we
the
go.
situation.
Okay.
I'll have a word with Cullen. We are reliant on his people, absolutely. There has never been a greater threat to mages than the breach. Until it is closed.
Hello,
no
Thanos. How
one's
are
safe.
you? You don't trust mages. You pose a risk. How are you? Good games last night, by the way. By the way, how many of those meme votes on me were you, Exile? Because I admit to a couple of the times when you had some votes, one or two of them was me meme voting you. One or two. I'm not really sure what to ask here.
I'm glad that one of us has confidence in the Templars.
It is not a matter of confidence. Reality does not change based on feelings.
Very true.
Magic is dangerous, just as fire is dangerous. Anyone who forgets this truth gets burned.
I'd agree. Alright.
You're preaching
Vivian
to the choir,
approves.
Vivian.
Tell me something. You told me that you'd see the Chantry restored. What about the Circle?
Okay. Just the last one we tried to persuade everyone to vote for me. Yeah, I thought so. Guess what? People chose Iron Man that day, not Thanos. That day, Tony Stark said to Thanos, Earth is closed. Funny thing is, that was me and Cool D's session. Yes, indeed. Alright, let me think. That was the one time I was imposter last night. Me and Cool D did do very well. Couldn't have done it without him. We need the circle back. We need mages in the Chantry. I want to say we need mages in the Chantry, but I don't think she's going to be receptive to that. I'll try it. Imposter Stark? Very much so.
Mages shouldn't be kept out of the Chantry. Who knows the dangers of magic better than a mage?
A curious idea.
Ooh, Vivian greatly
Such
approves.
twists and turns
Yes!
your mind takes. It's
Yes!
something to consider, my dear.
Okay, I think she just greatly approved. I think we undid the damage. Good. Right. Josephine, my dear.
The Inquisition appreciates your assistance
Oh, there she
in
is.
this matter, Lady Corbin. And my miners appreciate your business. You'll have your lyrium by the end of the week. I should tell you, Ambassador, the Chantry raised some fuss when they learned about our arrangement.
Can I interrupt him?
must certainly seem an audacious idea to the
Yes,
Great
I've talked to
Lands.
Giselle.
We hope to convince them
Although I
it
haven't
is a
talked to her
necessary
since
one
I
as well.
did that story mission last time, so I could talk to her again. See if she's got anything new to say. Hello?
I understand you were instrumental
There
in
we go.
garnering the assistance of the rebel mages. It is well done. And I pray this Inquisition fares better than the Chantry in its handling of magic.
We will try.
In some ways, Andraste had the simpler task. Magic should serve man, and not rule over him. That tells us what should be, but it does not tell us how to get there. So many times the methods of men have undone the spirit of their goals. Once you have sealed the breach, we shall see whether this Inquisition is truer to the Chantry, or its own namesake.
Is there anything I can do to help you or your people?
My healers would benefit from more supplies. We have run short of even
More side
common
quests.
goods with so many wounded. If you could deliver this list and the items on it to Quartermaster Thren, she could get us what we need. It may not seem like much, but it would enable my healers to save many lives.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Farewell.
How were the games after you left? Well, we played for another... You left after 2 hours, I believe? I think that. We played for another hour and a half after that. The games after were pretty fun, I must admit. We had quite a few people join. Several people from my chat, which is very nice.
Good to be
And I died many times.
More
I
healing.
died many times. Alright, I think I can do this now. Yes, I can.
Thank you, Reed.
I did the thing.
Magic, the smell of old books. The breach is a magic.
Power.
The mages will help us.
There were many
There
betrayals.
was no sky maker.
In fact, the game
Inquisition
after
appreciates
Cooldy and
your
I were
assistance in this
imposters together, he was imposter again, and came up behind me, punched me to the ground, and shot me in the back of the head. Betrayal.
Lady Gordon.
Can I talk to you?
And my
Just
miners
maybe if I go in
appreciate
here.
your business. You'll have your lyrium by the end of the week.
Nope.
I should tell you, Ambassador, the Chantry raised some fuss when they learned about our
Please
arrangement.
finish talking so I can
The
talk to
Inquisition
Josephine.
must certainly seem an audacious idea to the Grand Clerics. We hope to convince
Let me
them
talk to
it is a
Josephine.
necessary one as well.
Mm. There we
I'll
go.
take my leave. Good day.
Let me talk to the cute ambassador.
Who was she, Ambassador?
A merchant. I thought we should reach out to the dwarves to secure lyrium for the Inquisition's
I
mages.
love the candle on the notebook.
According to Lady Corpin, it raised the ire of the Chantry.
Oh no.
Oh.
Access to lyrium makes us rather more formidable than anticipated. We're becoming a challenge. Sadly, the remaining Grand Clerics appear to be consolidating the Chantry's power instead of...
Why am I
combating
not
masses.
surprised? The Chantry is incompetent. I don't want to upset Josephine, let's try it.
The Chantry couldn't solve its own problems when it had a divine.
Yet many people continue to bear it great love. We will not benefit from its decline. Little but the Chantry ties Orlais, Nevara, Ferelden, Antiva, and even Rivain to a common cause.
Has the Chantry truly promoted such peace?
Andraste's chant is familiar across kingdoms, a source of many shared customs. That is the crucial point. Common ground is the start of all negotiations.
Okay, I can see the importance to that.
I suppose a shared faith can be useful when talking with strangers.
Precisely. And these similar interests are merely where we begin. We must learn to think beyond our own wants to secure peace in Thedas.
Learning time.
How did someone so
Peace.
lovely and selfless go into Elysian politics, Lady Montillier?
Well, that is, really, you
She
give me
is
too
too
much
cute.
credit. While you're here, I do have a question. The remaining Grand Clerics sent a missive inquiring about the events at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. They demand to know whether the Inquisition officially claims that Andraste saved you from the breach. If it were up to you, how would you reply?
Will my answer change your reply to the Chantry?
If Leliana, Cassandra Cullen, and I could agree on our official stance, I could answer that. We should decide soon. The revered mothers don't seem to know what to make of you.
I don't claim to be holy, that Andraste chose me. I don't know. I'm not saying that's private. Okay, let me think here. Do we officially announce to everyone the lie, as far as I'm aware, that Andraste saved me? Because I'm pretty sure that that's a load of hogwash. Do we lie and say she did? Or do I say I have no idea whatsoever? Or that I don't claim to be holy? I'm gonna have to eeny, meeny, miny, moe this, aren't I? Hmm. Probably not a good shout, no, Dee Dee. I don't claim to be holy, probably is the best way to put it. Should the Daily Shelf say he's holy friend of the religion? Yeah, that's gonna go down like a lead balloon with the rest of the Daily Shelves, and probably other elves. I don't claim to be holy is probably my best option here.
I'll tell the Chantry I was saved by circumstance, not divine intervention.
Yet as rumors your Andraste's herald grow, the Grand Clerics may not believe such a humble reply. A difficult situation, and I thank you for your answer. A good day to you.
If I chose well, though. I know, why do they keep giving out rumors that I'm some sort of holy messiah? Honestly, I'm just a dude with a pointy stick that shoots electricity. Alright, let's see here. We've spoken to Viv, Liliana, Varric, Solus, Dorian, and Josephine. Yep, anyone else? No, that's everyone up here. We can go down now. Talk to Cassandra, Cullen, Blackwall, and Iron Bolt. Nah, true, Diddy, true. Let's go with the humble reply, though. I like that better. Alright, let's go, 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 go. Ooh, Cassandra's got somebody chatting to her. Now, Cassandra so far has been surprisingly bashful whenever we've done any potential flirting with her, so I'm wondering if that's going to continue. Oh, Lord.
And what are we supposed to do, exactly?
What you always do. Complain.
We've already spoken with Commander
I don't know
Cullen.
the proof yet.
No one listens. We want better quarters. We want the Templars kept at a distance. And some respect for...
This is not the Circle. You mages are our allies, not our wards. Act like it.
How are we supposed to...
Deal with it.
Interesting camera angle.
It never ends, evidently.
Sarcasm!
You don't need to tell me that.
I just don't know who told them I'm the one to yell at.
Isn't that bad?
The mages are here as equals. They need to get used to what that means. It is your doing, after all. You created this alliance.
Exactly. Thank you, Dee Dee. Nailed it on the head, right. I hope it will work out. I did my best.
I had to think on my feet, and I did what I could.
Oh. I do sound like I'm blaming you, don't I? I don't disapprove.
Is it
In
weird I
fact,
found that
you
oddly
did
cute?
well.
Is it weird I found that
Made a
oddly
decision
adorable?
when it needed to be made. And here we are. I wish I could say this was my doing.
You know what? Why not?
You're flattering me.
I'm not. This always happens. Nobody
You are
ever
such a
takes my
Sundara.
bidding.
Sundara.
You should see your face.
I'm thinking less flattering things now. Let's hope the breach has your sense of humor.
I'm gonna have to make a choice between Josephine and Cassandra at some point, but so far that's hilarious. Alright, Kellen, let's see what you gotta say. So sorry, I'm giggling to myself like an idiot. Alright, let's see. Go, Kellen! Talk to me.
The mages are ready to approach the breach. I pray this will be enough to close it.
You weren't happy with how I brought in the mages. Do you have a problem with me as well?
Of course not. I have no intention of endangering your alliance, but I must ensure the safety of those here. That concern extends to the mages. They are putting themselves at risk for the Inquisition, as are you. Any precautions taken are meant to aid you, nothing more. I hope you will accept them as such.
I'm not flirting with him.
Is there anything I should know?
I'm glad to have the charges on our side. Bull's men are professionals, despite evidence to the contrary.
Is there anything I should know?
Not at present.
Make sure to talk
That's
to
all for
Krem.
now.
I was planning to. She's part of Iron Blood. She, I don't know which. Planning to talk to everyone. I mean, she's part of Bull's thing. I think she's a girl, but the armor and the body type doesn't look right. I don't know. Krem is a dude. Oh. Just sounds effeminate. Very well. Understood. Want to call them by the correct. Okay, Krem is a dude. Understood. Alright, who do I talk to first? Krem or Bull? Krem.
Nice work at Redcliffe. I could help the mages learn to work with Inquisition soldiers.
Oh, I see, DD. Did not know
the
that.
Chief
Thank
has
you.
any apostates in the group.
Tell me about the charges.
Can we talk about the Bull's charges?
Best company you'll find from here to the Anderfells. In my time with the Chief, we've gone up against
Oh, I've
everything
already asked
from
this.
bandit.
I've already asked this.
Expensive, but you'll never doubt we're worth it. Want to know anything in particular?
Do the charges specialize in anything from a tactical standpoint?
That we could use.
Bull doesn't want us large enough to work as an army. We're better as shock troops, as skirmishers. We've got archers for hitting enemy infantry, Dalish with more archery,
Magic.
and Skinner and her people on the flanks. Rocky handles fortifications and traps, and Stitches keeps us all fighting. They mostly hold back.
Oh, wow.
I'll lead the frontline fighters with Grim, and the Chief goes wherever he can hit
Human does have a few things I didn't know about. Alright, let's see. Do you follow rules?
Are there rules for how mercenaries operate?
If you don't want some noble to treat you like bandits, yes. There's also a code of conduct most companies hold to. Keeps things civilized on the battlefield. We accept surrenders for ransom from mercenaries, nobles, and soldiers wearing a lord's colors. Our prisoners are treated well, injuries tended. We'd want the same for any of ours who got captured.
Fair, fair.
You said something about everything from bandits to magic trees. I'll admit to some curiosity.
Magic trees.
Right. Sylvans.
Oh. The guys that kept surprising me in the first DA.
Some noble in the Dales, and they really don't like it when you call them Dalish nobles, had a haunted forest. His family had abandoned the land, but he wanted it back. The chief bought us all axes, and in we went.
My
Between the
favorite
axes and the
trees.
torches,
They used to make me
Sylvans
jump
weren't too
all the
bad.
damn time. Wandered straight past them and I'm being attacked. Worst part was squirrels. How big were these squirrels?
We'll talk later.
Thank you, Grim. Right, so, some war table things we miss if you don't talk to the right people at the right time. So much like Mass Effect, you must always talk to the squad after every major mission. Got it. Alright. Oh, Bull. Let's see what you've got to say about the last mission. How you doing?
So, that Tevinter guy sent you into the future?
Yes. Tevinter magic goes too far.
I've got no problem with normal magic, but Tevinter goes beyond...
Iron Bull
all
approves.
reason.
I thought he might like
I
that.
know, right? The Vints are always pushing. Anyway, I hope our new friends have what it takes to close the breach. Damn thing gives me a headache just looking at it.
Me too. Is that it? Bull, you got anything else? I can imagine Tevinter would not be accepting of that, no. I like the whole live and let live policy. I'm doing my life over here, you do your life however you'd like. It's none of my business. You enjoy. I like the live and let live policy. Wait, where's Blackwall? Blackwall? Oh, he's hiding over here. You are very well concealed, sir. Did I check the buy, sell at the stables? No, but I think I have a war table thing for a nug.
There was never going to be an easy answer to the mage dilemma.
Yes.
What you did for the mages took
Blackwall
courage.
approves.
You gave them a chance.
Thank you, somebody who doesn't judge me for that. Hey, come back and talk to me. Oi! Sir.
Yes?
Do you have anything else? Thoughts on the Inquisition?
What do you think of the Inquisition?
I expected more. More men, better equipment. You may have Andraste's favor, but wars are won by men, soldiers.
True, dude.
Brute force is not always the answer. There are plenty of other paths to victory.
True enough.
He approves.
Still,
yes.
it never hurts to be
All that delicious approval. Is there a way I can see how much they approve of me? Is there like a... in every Last two Dragon Age games, they had they had meters that showed you that.
Build on that foundation.
Is there a way to see that?
And you will have an army that makes nations tremble.
Thoughts on my This could be entertaining.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
You're eyeing the Lady Seeker, aren't you? I can see why. She's definitely...
There's no way to tell? Inquisition, you disappoint. Any advice?
You're experienced, I assume.
Is he giving me tips on how to woo Cassandra?
I think she'll probably have my head. Cassandra is a warrior. That's all she's ever known. But that's not all there is to life. Show her that.
Well, it says that Blackwall is a secret romantic. Rock on, Chief. Anything else on the inner circle?
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Have you seen the stories Varric's been writing? His descriptions of me are...
that's true, Didi.
To say the least.
Sarah's probably going to hate me very quickly. Anything else on our boys?
You must have some feelings about our friends.
You're eyeing the Lady
Oh,
Seeker,
come
aren't
on.
you?
We just had that one. Okay, fair enough. It's random. Alright, your thoughts on the war?
What do you think about all this trouble between the Mages and Templars?
Looking at it from where we stand, it seems inevitable. But that could be hindsight. How many of us actually saw it coming? Either way.
True, true.
I don't think the chance.
Ooh, so Sarah might leave by herself. Oh no. That would be tragic. I'm lying, by the way. That was blatant sarcasm.
What do you think of Haven?
Not defensible enough, I'd say.
It was once a pilgrim's refuge. It's the state of the world, though, isn't it? Holy ground turned into a battlefield. Pity about that temple. Would have been nice to see it.
Well, I saw it in Dragon Age 1. It was a village. No point.
What do you think of my advisors?
Cullen. He's got the look of a man who's been through...
Yeah, it was somehow flattened from the mountain that it was on before. I'm still salty about Redcliffe, by the way. That village we went to ain't Redcliffe.
I trust him to watch my back.
What do you think of my advisors?
Cullen.
Oh, come on. Talk about one of the other advisors.
Still, I trust him to watch
Come on.
my back.
What do you think of my advisors?
Cullen.
Okay, fine. You're not going to give me anything about the others. Fine, I'll talk to you another time about it. Ooh, my inner circle. Okay, here we go.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
I've already asked that, haven't I?
Have you seen the stories Varric's been writing? His descriptions of me are colourful.
He's just going to keep going over the same people, isn't he? Okay, we'll come back later.
Restoring order is a goal I support wholeheartedly.
Yes.
But that's not the end of it, is it? Not by a half.
No.
The Lady Seeker believes we are restoring the Chantry. Others say it needs reform. I don't know where you stand on the matter, and I'll admit I haven't made up my mind either.
Okay, we're done. I mean, I might talk to Bull again. Maybe he's got some more things to talk about inside that little wheel.
As you wish. You are, after all, in charge.
I'm in charge? So far, it's ruled by democracy, Chief. I'm not in charge. I'm assuming that will change at some point. Alright, buy and sell at the stables. Still can't believe this is a thing. Brazilian Shorefoot. The more you know. Silent when in wishes, fearsome when demanded. I may as well have it. Give it to me. Okay, we have a Brazilian Shorefoot. Not that I'm sure whatever the hell that is. I think it's just a elk or something. Alright, let's have a look at this thing. Nope. There it is. Yep. It's an elk.
That'll do fine.
I'm sticking with Nuggy. Nuggy is friendo. Ah, hang on. Okay, so this is the last person I gotta talk to before we go find Sarah. Hello.
Can I help you?
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasrath.
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. Or make them disappear.
The Gestapo.
And then you've got the spies.
How do the re-educators work?
Well, I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
Charming.
You can alter someone's beliefs that easily.
One of my friends was a re-educator. He said that every memory is like the page of a book. When you examine a memory, you're turning to that page, and when you're there, the page is laid bare. Write a few notes in the margins of the page, erase a word here and there, and your whole outlook changes. Always felt a little weird reading after that conversation.
The re-educators sound horrible.
Yeah, they probably do. Here's the thing, though. What happens in Orlais when you commit a crime or betray a lord? They just lop your head off. At least the Qunari try to fix you.
None of those sound exactly like you.
Yeah, I was a special case. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
Sounds fun for you.
You seem like the type who enjoys a good fight.
There's a good fight, and there's finding out who put rat poison in the bread and killed a bunch of children. I hunted down a lot of rebels.
Shit.
Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Tal Vashath. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
Brave. Very brave.
Not many people would have the courage to do that.
I thought about letting some rebel kill me, but I couldn't give any of those bastards the satisfaction. The Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Tal Vashath, and work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
We're not flirting with him.
It sounds like you had a rough life under the Qun.
What, 3 meals a day and free sex whenever I need it? I came out here for the challenge, boss. Figured I'd rough it with you savages. Anyway, nice talking with you.
Well, we didn't lose anything on that, but we learned a lot. Okay. Bull is good. Save. And now we gotta go get Sarah. Can I go boil my head instead? Alright, don't lop her head off. Don't lop her head off. Alright, Varric, you can come with. Cassandra, you can come with. You know what? Let's bring Dorian. Dorian could be fun. You come with me. Plus I get to level him, because the moment the boy has, his level's just not done yet. Should probably do that. Hello, hello. Alright, first things first before we go anywhere. Oh, Dorian. Have I already had Dorian out? Oh, that's right. We were fighting with him in the castle. He's still got his points. Okay, we're good. Cassandra's good. Varric's good. I'm good. There are bad guys around the corner. Hi. Would you care for some fire?
Well, they know who I am.
They were not ready for that. Goodies. Ring velvet, yes please. I need to go on a mineral hunt at some point. You can buy minerals at the Black Emporium, can't you? I might go on some mineral hunts to improve my gear at some point. Hang on, doesn't this break these? I love that. Hang on, let's do it again. When in doubt, solve problems by blowing it up. Anything else around here? Hi. Bye. Hello. I'm having too much fun. Okay, focus on what we're doing.
Errol of Andraste, how much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
Actually, no, we got a random tip. I spent nothing.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be
Who's this clown?
My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Just say what?
What is that?
Ugh. Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve. Blah, blah, blah.
Hello, DJ.
Hey,
How are
baby.
you?
Arrow
Hello,
in my
Akuma.
face.
How are you?
So,
Fun
you followed
games
the
last
notes
night.
well enough.
You did
Glad
well,
to
sir.
see you're-
The meme votes were a bit fierce.
And you're an elf. Well, hope you're not too elfy. I mean, it's
Have
all
you
good,
looked
isn't
in
it?
the mirror?
The important thing is you glow. You're the
I'm getting
herald
grief for
queen.
being an elf from an elf. Excuse me? What? I'm gonna go sarcasm.
Sure, why not? I glow. What's going on?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sarah. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
Why didn't you take their weapons?
Because no breaches.
We're now fighting guards with no trousers on.
And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
Hello, Thanos. Thank you. She could have taken their weapons, she's taken their trousers instead. My brain. What is she screaming? Off of me. Thank you. Mine.
Friends really came through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
First, you have to make sense.
Could we take a few moments for sense to reassert itself? Who are you people?
I'm not people, but I get what you want. It's like this.
My
I sent you a
brain.
note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sarah. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I use them to help you. Plus arrows.
Brain restarting. My head hurts. Lady, I would say do you come with subtitles, but I have subtitles on and I still didn't understand any of that. What language is this? So you're offering spies?
The Inquisition has spies already. Can you add to these professionals?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around. Blah, blah, I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Then you've got cloaks and spy kings, like this tit. Or was he one of the little knives, all serious with his little knife? All those secrets, and what gave him up? Some houseboy who don't know shite, but knows a bad person when he sees one. So no, I'm not knifey shiv dark, all hidden. If you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
I'm gonna need alcohol to get through the next conversation with this one. I remember you being annoying, but this is even worse. My memory is very much gone from this game. Why ask if I glow? Sure, why
Back
not?
there you wanted to know if I glowed. Why?
That's what you do, innit? You walked out of somewhere and now you glow. Andraste's herald. True or not, it seemed like the easiest way to know it was you.
True or not?
Well, that's what they say and all. Look, don't get ahead, yeah? I want to help this... whatever it is. Inquisition.
You're probably right, didn't you? Sounds petty and criminal. I probably better not say that if I want to preserve any friendliness.
So who are your friends of Red Jenny? You must know them.
Oh, it's not hard to understand if you're not trying to waste your day on it. Someone little always hates someone big. And unless you don't eat, sleep, or piss, you're never far from someone little. Doesn't always work out, but a lot of people hated this guy. Someone got a laugh, someone got even, someone got paid. And someone has to have explained to them that free help is good.
Much as I really, really, really want to say, get the hell away from me and don't ever come near my organization again, I'd be doing you guys a disservice to watch my pain.
Alright, Sarah. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be.
Lady, if you come anywhere near my trousers, I'm setting you on fire.
You
come anywhere near my trousers, I'm setting you on fire.
Something. Anyway, Haven. See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
No, it won't. No. Just... no. No. I refuse. I refuse. I'm not even adding you to the list. No. Right, let's get some looting done. At least that'll cheer me up slightly. I found the trousers she stole. Apparently they're coming with us. Not really sure why I need that, but, you know, apparently it's a thing. Alright, give me the loot. Dawn, Lotus, and Elf Root. I'll take it. My head hurts. Hello? There's a thing up there. Hold up, your loot belongs to me. Not bad. Right, well, Sarah has joined, and I already want to slam my head into a wall until grey matter splurts. Well, I guess we have to go and talk to her now. Also, someone remind me to go to the war table. I need to do that. That's the hinterland. Genius. Remember to check all the other maps. Oh yeah, that's a good point. The Fallow Mire. We do need to go back there. We also need to go to the Storm Coast. That's the Black Emporium. No need to go there. We have been to Valroyo quite recently. We need to go back to the maze that is Hidden Oasis. Suppose we have a couple more shards to shove in a door now. Boom. Let's go talk to Sarah. And you get to watch my brain slowly melt out of my ears. Alright, where does Sarah hang out? There. Okay. I'm just going to do the war table real quick. I know there's a couple of things we need to set up. Hang on, no, Sarah's on the way. Alright, fair enough. Sarah is over here. Is she in the pub? I think she is in the pub. Oh, that's gonna suck.
But there's more to life than singing and praying.
Oh god.
So, this is it, huh? Oh no, it's fine, yeah? It's just, I thought it'd be bigger.
Forgive me for not having a
Hear that?
castle.
I meant the stronghold, but it sounded like... Well, it's funny, right?
Sure.
Anyway, stopping wars should earn more sovereigns than this. Need things back to normal for coins to be flowing again. Another reason the Templars
Yep,
and Mages
M2's
need to be
brain
sat
is about
down.
to leak out of his ears.
I'm pretty sure the Conclave proved it's not that easy.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Why? Because someone yelled it real loud? Make them prove it. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
We'll help them all see, I guess. Somebody put a stake in me.
That's why we're here. To help guide everyone back from the brink.
The religious ones tell you that. That's important, right? But don't make it all about that. Seems like believing too hard is what got everyone here. And here is stupid and smells of horse. Really, what everyone needs is to get everything back to normal and proper and profitable. Sound good to you, all chosen Lord Herald?
No way in hell am I flirting with this one. I'll be sarcastic.
I'm ready to give it a shot. That's all I can ask from anyone else.
I'm in. It's an investment.
Yay, she slightly
Better pay off
approves.
too.
For all the times I'm going to annoy her later, we may as well get some approval.
I had things to do.
Toodle Pipski. Oh god, we got to talk to her again, because she might have something new to say about that. And we've got a new thing to do on the board. Great. The war table's about to have a lot on. That's concerning. Alright, talk to me again.
Mages all over. So many robes, I bet all of Ferelden lost their curtains. I'll just be the other side of Haven. Just in case.
Sarcasm.
You expected something else. We needed this.
We needed? No, pretty
True
sure
duty.
that question was never passed my way. I mean, yay, freedom. Great for them. Over there, away from me.
Oh, it would be so nice to tell you to go away.
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Which, the ones who do things or the ones who give orders?
You know what? Sure.
Thoughts about Cassandra?
Not as buttoned up as she plays, right? Tough, though. I'd stand behind her in front of anything.
Anything to say about Varric?
Varric? Too clever. Always saying
That's our boy Varric.
never saying it straight.
What about Solus?
Solus? His head's crammed up 1,000 years ago.
Charming.
What do you think about our spy master, ambassador, and commander?
Liliana is pretty in places. Swear I've seen her too. Or heard she used to play. But that'd be mad. Now Josephine, she's as good at humbling her kind as I am. Just with less mess. Knows her business, if you have to have it. And Cullen, I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow into it. Nice hair, though.
Any thoughts about Warden Blackwall?
He's too good, right? Like to see him out of that uniform. Not like that.
What about Dorian?
He's fun. Could lose a bit more to Vinter.
Pretty sure her and Vivienne are probably going to want to kill each other.
What's your opinion of Vivienne?
She's a bitch, but she knows. She better.
Yep, kind of figured.
Thoughts on Iron Bull?
He makes me wonder about things. I mean, what did their women look like? Woof.
Ugh.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
Right, you stay here and never move from this spot. Goodbye. I think I just lost 20 IQ points. Brain restarting. Restart complete. Clear the RAM. My brain. Alright, to the war table. We have much we need to look into. Many things.
Thank you for all that you are doing.
That's a point, actually. If I talked to Josephine after we got that cutscene. So she talked about the mages.
Tell the apothecary what you need right away. What may I do for you? Thank you.
What do the people make of us?
We've gathered many favors among the nobility. They will be gently reminded of
That's new.
this.
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
Lady Drummond promised a visit.
Believe me, Akuma,
She has
I know what you
useful
mean.
resources if we
My
can
brain
get her
talking to
set aside her
Sarah
games.
just
What are her politics?
overload, overload, overload.
No, I meant
Too
actual
stupid to
games.
comprehend.
A chess, cards, dice, little boards with carved idols from Tevinter. She made me play that with her for 8 hours once. Steer her towards cards if she insists on a match. What may I do for you?
What do the people make of us?
We've gathered many favors among the nobility. They will be gently reminded of this.
What of our allies?
Any thoughts on the people here?
Who did you mean?
Oh, we can actually ask her opinions.
What's your impression of Solus?
I suppose I should be wary of an apostate, but our elven mage has conducted himself with the utmost propriety. And he has the most fascinating stories.
Alright, Vivienne.
What do you think of Vivienne?
We've met a few times before at court. She remains a truly accomplished player of the game. So long as her interests align with yours, Madame Vivienne will be a most valuable ally.
Alright, what about Dorian?
You must have an opinion of Dorian.
Who hasn't? The man could cause a scene standing quietly in the center of an empty room.
That's Dorian.
Still, I do believe he has your best interests at heart. For all that he delights in mocking them from time to time.
What about our roguish friends? Ooh, Varric, yes.
I was thinking of Varric.
Oh, I could listen to his tales for
Varric is
hours.
best dwarf. Fight
He
me.
actually let me read a chapter of his next book he's writing. My friends would be
Varric is
sick
best
with
dwarf.
envy if they knew. It's excellent, but a bit different from his past works. Only 3 beheadings so far.
Sarah.
I'd love to know how you and Sarah get along.
Not well, I'd
I know
imagine.
she extracts gossip from the servants, and she keeps prying into things. Sarah's ability to vanish whenever her mischief's discovered must come in handy, however. I'm sure.
Maybe. Blackwall.
What do you think of Sir Blackwall?
Sir Blackwall seems as loyal to the purpose of the Inquisition as he is to the Wardens. His travels must have taken him strange places. I wish he'd speak more about them.
Cassandra?
I was thinking of Cassandra.
Seeker Pentagast is a princess of the Kingdom of Nevarra, although that barely seems important to her. She was not interested when I asked if we might make use of her royal relations.
Don't think she would have gone for
Still,
that,
the
no.
Inquisition would not have formed without Cassandra. She's an extraordinarily
Cassandra's
brave and
tough. Alright, let's see. What about Iron Bull?
The Iron Bull has had to have made an
Oh,
impression.
Lord.
He is a loud,
Dee Dee,
unapologetic
would you mind
accident
eating?
merely waiting to happen. I do wish he'd stop.
Why do
daring
bots so
poor
exist?
tributaries
I
to
don't get it.
outdrink him.
Could you eat it, the bot? There you go. Thank you, my dear. Much obliged. Right, thank you, my dear.
Let's speak later.
Another time.
See you later, Josephine. You have anything new to add?
Hello? Can I help you with something?
Nope, she's got nothing. Bye-bye.
I'll speak with you later.
Travel safely.
I'll try. Alright, so the war room. We have many things to be getting on with. Probably, Didi. Probably. Luckily, I have several very, very good mods that like to eat at bots. Okay, let's see here. Ferelden. Ooh, lovely.
Have you had any trouble with them?
Not at all. I will inform you if that changes.
Money. Our stables now have a new resident. One big nug. Beautiful. Alright, locate weapon of that. Hang on, I think I've got a report ready over there. I will check the stables. Griffin robes. Griffin robes? Griffin robes? You have my attention. Aiming module 2 for Bianca. Remind me to put that on before we leave. Okay, drop and grab. I can make no sense of this. The Herald found her. Perhaps she can advise. For your big hats, Lord, whoever says you're... What? My brain hurts already. Josephine, you get on with that ridiculousness. University of Orlais. Deaths from a good souls. Soul frequently uses the University of Orlais script for this. Please do well. The university is hoping you might see a way to protecting us from the rhetoric. Such a partnership could be mutually beneficial. We have research, magical as well as mundane, that we would be pleased to share in exchange for aid in these trying times. Yours with hope, Chancellor. do that. What is this? The Heartlands, place of vineyards and gilded marble estates. Ooh. I like Josephine's answer to that. Might stick Josephine on that one as well. Alright, back to the other side of the table. What do we got to do over here? What's this? Request from Hasmel. Hasmel's circle sustained significant damage during the uprising. Rather than follow the Lord Seeker, many of our Templars like to remain and deal with the aftermath, but our resources are limited. Furthermore, we have loyalist mages with us. Hands of the people would happily throw them to the wolves even though they had nothing to do with the rebellion. As stands, we fear we may fall to our duty to protect them. I trust you sympathize with our predicament. I humbly request your charge be transferred to the Inquisition. Liliana's sneaky approach sounds best.
Let's see what
you do that.
Have.
Ally from Starcave. Sebastian? So, friendship. Well, looks like we're gonna meet Sebastian. You're gonna head out for a bit. Stupid swing's got you in a tizzy. Twist. No worries, sorry, my dear. Good luck with the swing. Rest easy, my dear. What's this? Red Jenny. Inquisition needs bees. She wants us to weaponize jars of angry bees to throw at our enemies. A bee grenade. Would a wasp grenade work better? I think that would work better, but hey, what do I know? Okay, well that's them done for now. Now to go visit the maps and see if anything's changed. And to the stables. Yes, there's another Nug for us. Nuggy now has a friend. Oh, shut up. Shut up! Shut up! Also, we have Griffin robes and aiming modules. Nuggy now has several friends. Okay, I need to check out on the new robes we've gotten. And also upgrade Varric's Bianca. Hey, Nuggy. I understand you have some new friends. Oh! Death Nug. Knuckled Thunderer. Guaren Landhammer. Fairly self-explanatory as breeze go. Battle Nug. Avar harnessed and trained for war somehow. Tiddles Majoris. Powerful, but forever branded by a similar coloration to a storied regent's lap Nug. And of course we have Nuggy. I'm sticking with Nuggy for now, but some of these are amazing. Look at these guys. Nuggy now has several new friends. Alright, let's go and modify weapons. I will. First I want to modify things. Where's Barrett? Oh, wait. That's why it's not working. Bianca! Aiming module 2. There we go. Confirm. Bianca upgraded. Barrett will be a happy camper. Now, should I just look in my armor? Griffin robes. Unique light armor that's weaker than my own. What does it look like with me wearing it? Not as cool as mine. Oh well. Can I take some stuff off it? Got anything on it that we might like? I wonder, can one of our other mages wear this? Looks like Solus can. Although he's wearing this at the moment, which is... it's actually better. Might give that to Dorian, actually. Dorian's not wearing anything major, I don't think. Yes, he's wearing free mage battle armor. Would you like some griffin robes? Why can he not wear griffin robes? Why can you not wear griffin robes? Oh, that's why.
Another time, then.
Should be able to give him griffin robes now. Oh, Dorian! Here, put these on. There you go. That's also, do I have a hat for you? I do not have a hat for you. Let's make him a hat. Craft a helmet. God, those look silly. I'll give him a dwarven helmet as well. I got plenty of Drakestone. That'll do. Constitution? Sure, let's give him that. Bonk. Dorian, I have a helmet for you. Dorian, where are you? There you are. Here, Dorian, have a helmet. You'll love it. There you go, you look badass. Also, while I'm here, does Iron Bull need anything else? Because Iron Bull, as far as I'm aware, and he's wearing that and that. Yes. Can we do better than that? At the moment, that's... Could use some heavy arms. And greaves. Obviously, I'm not going to be wearing this, but it's for Iron Bull. Don't really have the stuff we need for this. Alright, I have to make do with what he's got for now.
Another time.
At least he's still wearing good stuff. Alright, let's have a look at these other nugs. Alright, what is... Let's just go from the top, shall we?
That'll do fine. Make me one within your glory.
Basic Nuggo.
And let the world once more see your favor.
Thunder Knuckler.
Inquisition?
I don't think I confirmed that. That looks exactly the same as the other one. Hang on. Nope. That's a good idea. Alright, let's see. Landhammer. What do you look like?
Inquisition?
Bit different, but not that much. Battle Nug.
That'll do fine.
Apart from darker coloured horns, you look exactly the same. How about Tiddles Majoris? What an unfortunate name.
That'll do fine.
At least you look distinctive. I'm sticking with Nuggy. Back to Nuggy. My Avar War Nug. Hey Nuggy. Right, I think that's everything we gotta do. Now we need to go to other maps and have a blunder around, see if there's anything new to do. Where should I go first? I haven't been to the Fallow Mire in quite a while. There are 2 more landmarks there, and a couple of other things to do. Haven't been that way before. Okay, you're not coming. You are. Iron Bull and Cassandra are a heck of a team. Yeah, why not? The way your map is looks like... What? Whatever you say, Chief. Whatever you say. Time for a brief top-up. There we go. Wait, I already clicked go before I read that. Sorry. Alright, let's have a look around. I want to try and go over there? We might guess. I've already opened that, so I don't know why that's on the... Oh, hang on. Memories of the Grey. Oh. Zoom out. I have zoomed out. Looks like a twig to me. One with a very long... Oh! Okay, I can kind of see where you're going with that. Kind of. I'm going to try and go over there, then we go down there and get the warden stuff. You never know. So if he needs therapy, I definitely need therapy. When it was zoomed in, I know what he's talking about. When he was zoomed in, I can see the outline he's talking about at the top right there. I can sort of see what he's talking about. Okay, we're going to get attacked by doing this, but I don't care. Come on, chaps. Have we been here before? I don't think... No, we have not. Alright, what's in here? Ooh. Don't mind if I do. What do we got? Sturdy scout mail. Schematics. Thank you. The enemies gave up. Might as well. Just go anywhere? Is there a gap in the trees around here, or do I have to go somewhere else for that? Nope, think that's all there is here, because there's a big wall there. Alright, time to deal with these things. Ooh, they've leveled up. Doesn't really stop lightning, though. Yep, that's working out quite well. Alright, any goodies that they dropped? Nope. Alright, teleport to there. That's as close as we can get. We need to go and get those things. Onwards. Back to the castle. So that's why that door didn't go away in the world. After you get Blackwall, the door actually has something else in it. Makes sense. I wonder. When those guys rushed in the gate, they'd never ended. If we just stood there and continually fought them for as long as I fancied, was that a case of infinite leveling, I wonder? Eventually you get overwhelmed, but you never know. Food for thought. Have our health bars gotten bigger, or is that just my imagination?
Better take a closer look.
Some stone. Thank you. Ooh, very touched. Need to get the stairs for this. Need to open that gate as well. I wonder. Yep. Doesn't work on those ones. Grey Warden Tome. Liliana's ready to report in. Good, she's done with something. You got 2 neat belt drinks
I
to
think
help both
Blackwall
sides.
would have liked to have been here for this.
That's actually a good point. Should have brought Blackwall. Where's the thingy? Where's the thingy? Where's the thingy?
What is it?
See for yourself, sir.
Yay! Where's the thingy? Where's the character change thingy? Oh, there it is. Come with me. You can find the next one. Bitch, bitch, moan, moan. Onwards again. What? Hello, Misty. How are you? How's your day going? Why are you here?
Die!
There's no rift here. Why are you here? I do not see a rift here, so why do you exist? Thank you for not attacking. Goodbye.
One less to worry about.
Damn, Varric took that guy down in seconds. Wait, what? How is there more of you? Why are you not dead? There are many opportunities for you to be dead. Damn, Varric. Bianca got one hell of an upgrade. She is kicking ass. Why is there a spirit here in this place filled with death? Point. Point. Fair enough, that was a stupid question. Ignore me. Need to open the door. You can go through there to the castle, get the damn tome, and we're gold. And I'm pretty sure there's a tome. There's 2 tomes on like every map that we currently have, so that's gonna be fun. All right. Oh wait, no, the thing's outside. Oh. There it is. Thank you. Alright, come along, chaps. We have much work to do. Patching game. I'm sorry to hear that. Fortunately, I've seen a few times that happening myself. Sorry to hear that, Misty. That sucks. Now, where is this thingy? I wish you luck. Hopefully you can get it sorted. Hang on. Oh. We have a lead.
Excellent.
Beautiful. If you want, it's not going to be pretty, you guys. Blackwall greatly approves. So a massive approval boost for doing this? Result. But how does that lever physically get the door open? I have no idea. None whatsoever, XR. Makes no sense, to be brutally honest. Not a clue. Okay, I don't see much else different about this map, so I think we're good to continue. Yes, DD, I know. Alright, the hinterlands... Storm Coast... We could get the Storm Coast done. Alright. Let's go. Oh my word, there's a lot to do here. I've missed a landmark in the mire. Oh, beats. Have I? Where could this landmark be? I've already been in there. Where are they? Hello, Carter. Thank you very much, my dude. Very sweet of you. Enjoy your Mark III suit, sir. How be you? Look down from the current spot. Looks like a land map. Oh, sneaky. I see you. I remember that. I didn't go that way because we were going through the path. My bad. Damn it. How are you, Carter? Right, that way. You good? Just chilling at work? Glad to hear it. Hopefully it's a quiet day for you and you're staying out of the heat, because I don't know about you, but it is very warm and very humid here still. As is where you are. If I go round this way and take the path left. Go right here, then hang a left. Okay, where's over there? A hot 86 there. Let me just work that out. Alexa, what's 86 Fahrenheit in Celsius?
86 degrees Fahrenheit is 30 degrees Celsius.
Yep, that's pretty warm. Damn. Stay in the shade and enjoy cool drinks. That's my motto. Ah. Do you have air conditioning to deal with? I don't. No, very few people in England have air conditioning in their homes. Very few. It's not a thing here. Wait, what was that? Another spirit. Hello, friend. Can I invite you to get zapped? Honestly. You can't read maps too. Thank you, Misty. Shame you can't ride boggy here. That would be interesting. Work has AC, but your house does not. I feel that. My home does not have AC either. Closest I get to that is a fan. Hello, people! Can I assist you? Why am I using lightning when these guys don't like fire? Have fire instead. Dee Dee being smug and cool. Dee Dee's so happy she's cooled and not burning. Oh. Hello. Off of me. You will burn. Burn 1,000 fiery deaths. Someone's been trying to recreate Stonehenge here. An interesting proposal. I will take whatever that is, thank you. Blue vitriol, yes please. You can make some half-decent stuff with this. Never thought I'd be crafting in a Dragon Age game. Crafting armor and weapons, anyway. So that was new. Hang on. Wait, what? Where did you come from? Did he just jump underground? Right. Take the left path. See if there's anything over there. This way. Oh well, may as well. The more you know. I want that. Can I reach that without getting in the water? Yes, I can. Blue vitriol everywhere. Yes, thank you. Keep forgetting that I can jump. Still feels weird to jump, but you know. Dawn Lotus. Do I have many of these? Oh well. Let's top up while we're here. I keep hearing noises that make me think I'm about to be attacked by a giant bug. Found the landmark. And of course there's a... That bear does not look like a normal bear. Hello, Brucey. Thank you, Diddy. Alright, let's zap it. That's doing nothing to it. At least they're doing something. Warriors, kill! Also, have shields. The bear is less scared. Don't know why I did that. Yet, it's immune to freezing. Good. Well, we win. You don't give me goodies? The bear will just maul me. That makes me feel so much better. Ooh, enchanter coat legs. I'm wearing an enchanter coat. When we get back crafting. Uncle, I was hiding supplies by the rocks when I heard a voice from the windward to the west. It was the horned men again. There's more of them now. I have to see if anyone else is still alive in the village. I'm sorry, but I swear I'll be careful. Lewis. Is that the guy we found that had died? I think it might be. Alright. First off, let's claim this land. I claim this land for the English. One more landmark to go. Not bad rewards, I must say. Old habits die hard. Ooh. On kill grants 20 stamina. That's not bad. If Iron Bull didn't already have an amazing weapon, an amazing two-handed weapon, I would have given that.
You dragged me to Haven, Seeker. I mean, what could I have told the Divine that you couldn't say yourself?
I thought she needed to see the chest hair for herself.
Say again?
I thought she needed to hear it from the horse's mouth, as it were.
Varric's chest hair. Always a
ask
thing.
You to help us.
Help the Inquisition? Me?
A crazy thought, I know. Yet here you are.
We all heard the first response. Cassandra. Oh, lordy loo. Alright, where's this go? Alright, now we need to find one last... Could be up here. Wherever this is taking us. The glory needs to be seen personally. Ah, of course. So there's one more landmark around here somewhere. Wow, that was worth it. This goes nowhere. Why am I up here again? This goes absolutely nowhere. We'll look at the map. Alright, we've been here, we've been over there. That seems to go somewhere. Let's go over there. Seems to be a small area over there. Need to hook round here and hang a right. Inquiring minds wish to know. Yep, that looks important. Also, there are enemies here, apparently. I already have plenty of Blood Lotus for now. Dead bodies to loot! I don't care if I'm jumping in the water. Looting is everything. Disease tissue, which I need. Can I get back up, please? There's another one over there. Mine. Mine. Thank you. Doesn't look that safe to me, did it? Where'd the other one go? Oh, well, I don't really care. Oh, hi. Makes sense. Oh, hi. Yeah, good luck, pal. He didn't really stand much of a chance. I mean, he's got Blackwall and Cassandra on him. So, yeah, he did. Oh, it's hot in there. Hello? There's a glowy thing here. Oh, hi.
Make it take you!
Mine. Vanguard male arms. Love schematics. What is this? Yay. Amulet of Power. Cassandra only. Cassandra, put this on. Apparently it will give you some points. Well, the more you know. Done. But that's the one. Extra points for Cassandra. Not going to complain. Points. Alright, what do we got here? Ooh, yes. A lot of amulets of power got patched out. Aw, don't tell me that. That sounds bad. Damn it. What is this? Dragon Piss. What a name. Okay, apparently my drink collection rises. Yay. Notes from Doris Dryer. Not safe in village. Djinns or horned monsters in fog near castle. Uncle and I moving supplies to Granite Point. Come back for you and your mother once we make camp. Be safe. You're the only cousin I've got left. Lewis. Can't imagine that went well. Anything else here worth it? Ooh, yes. Mine now. Thank you. Alright, now where is this thing? I forget what they're called. Where's this marker? Surely the marker would be here, wouldn't it? Where is this last place I need to claim? As far as I can tell, we've been everywhere. What? What? Maybe there? I can try there, but we're here right now and there's nothing here. I don't know. Why can I not travel to that beacon? I'm usually able to travel to beacons. Why? Have I got an enemy on me? We still have our weapons out. Now may I travel? Now I may travel. Just holding your weapon won't let you do it. Put that down. That way. Also, ooh, hello. Hello, loot. Thought I'd emptied this already. I'll take it. Lustrous cotton is a beautiful material to work with. And I think I see some more stuff I want. Gather. I'll take some of that too. Josephine's ready back at home on the war table. I'll take some of this as well. Sneak up on the enemy. Burn for me. Sure. There you go, Didi. Although I think I've just seen something I didn't see before myself. Here. This area is... Yeah, I've just seen that. There's no land edge there. I must have missed that. There's a thing there. Huh. But I also have not been... Oh, well, I have been there. Never mind. Okay, so if I teleport here, we can just sort of edge our way down into that. Sneaky, sneaky. I didn't see that. Right, so that way. There is a path, so I don't need to walk through the water. More stuff. Always gather stuff. It's vitally important, you know. This is where I would have guessed for a landmark. Hello, Arush. How are you? Was good playing with you last night. Did you have fun? How's your day going? Oh, for crying out. I barely touched the water. Excuse me, murder must happen. Now the other one. You, get that. There's a bear over there. Is that a bear? No, it's those things. Ooh, possible landmark. I'm doing pretty well, thank you. Still melting, but I am good. Burn for me. This is undead, still give XP. There is that. Burn. You will die many terrible deaths. Thank you. Give me that loot. Thank you. And now that one. Set you on fire. Burn. It's immune to lightning. That's not a good sign. Burn. Why did you not burn? Burn. Thank you. Power of lightning compels you. Give me your loot. Rough hide. Good material. The landmark is here. All landmarks complete in this area. Now for looting. Anything else here worth swiping? There's a thing down here, whatever it is. Oop. More blood lotus. Hello? I see a few things I want on this rock, though. Quite a few things. Gimme, gimme. All of the blue... This is the best place for blue vitriol. Good lord, look at this. See another chunk around there as well. Thank you. Gimme, gimme. I don't even care if I'm annoying the locals. The local undead can just deal with it. I'm busy getting stuff. Go away. Hang on. Thought it was a body for a second. Damn it. Need to find 2 more sunken bodies if I want to get that done. Oh. Hi. Goodbye. Honestly. Ooh, there you are. I see you! Mine. That's... Actually, yeah, good point. Got it. Oh no, another zombie. Really?
One down!
Right, come on. Now, teleport to the nearest camp so we can fill in this requisition. And that's the fallow mire pretty much done, I believe. I believe. Didn't need to do one of them. Right. Requisitions. Here you go, have some plague elixirs. Be happy. Gonna need more Ferelden locks. Spider Ichor. Well, we know where we need to get that. Storm Coast, I believe. Right, to the map. Could go to the hinterlands. May as well get the Storm Coast done. There's another 2 Astrariums, though. I hate those things. Shards on the coast. Shards on the coast. Loads of stuff over here that we have yet to do. I'm just going to teleport to this camp and call it a day. Right. Still got Blackwall with me, because he'll want to see the Grey Warden thingies. And we're back. Hello. Right. If you guys will give me just a few moments, I may need the men's room. I'll be right back. Right, where were we? We were Stormcoast. Okay, so where were... Both of them are over there. Well, we know what way we're heading then. We have discovered Small Grove. Interesting choice. Hello, birds, don't mind me. Hope we don't run into another one of those giant creatures. I'm pretty sure we can take one, but yeah, if they fight with dragons, that's not a good sign. There's a literal door. The door that slams in my face, no doubt. What was over here? Please don't just be iron. Serpent stone. I'll take that. Right, so... this way? This is bear country. Grand! Everywhere I go is bloody bear country. Every bear in this game wants my head on a platter. That way or the other way? It wants my head in his tuck. That's kind of implied, DD. Kind of implied. Nope. Oh, never mind. Hush you. Delicious cookie dough steam. That is true. Driftwood Margin? What a name. I'm saving. This looks like somewhere where I might get ambushed. Also, seeing as... what level are we now? We are level 12. I'm wondering if I'm approaching the point where I might try and take on a dragon. I've gone the wrong way like a goober, but there is a camp over there. That way. I'm wondering if there is a point where I might try and take on one of the dragons, because I kind of like to see where we stack up. I mean, would we even have a chance? Would we be instantly obliterated? I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to find out, though, so maybe when I go to the hinterlands, I might try and take on the dragon. Really now? In that case, when I go back to the hinterlands in a bit, I may attempt to fight the dragon. So I might have a chance. Not a good chance, but a chance. Make sure to bring Bull for it. Believe me, Iron Bull's coming. I'm using him as a sledgehammer against that thing. And Cassandra. No problem, I was planning on bringing her anyway. She does have experience, actually, yes.
Decent place to camp.
I'd agree. Set up a camp. Beautiful! Now, back that way.
Nothing to report, sir.
Oh no. I've just seen the wall of rock that is in the way I want to go. That does not look like there's a way up. Nope, no there isn't. We have to go up this... ah, we have to go up that stream. No! That's true, her family was famous for dragon hunting. Yes, Cassandra and Bull are definitely coming, and so's Varric. I could try going further back, or I could just go, nah. And just go, nope. That way. Nuggy is probably a good idea. Come, Nuggy, we have things to do. He's such a good boy. Who are they? What is that? Who are you? Excuse me, are you friendly? Oh, they're those guys. Never mind, I remember who they are. Right, now we have to go up this riverbed, I think. BRB, soon a second, Didi. And you think we need to go up this riverbed and loop around. All my advisors are ready to report in. Good. We have much war table things to do when I get back. Alright, come, Nuggy. Shame you're not a Skyrim horse. We could get up that. Of course, Nuggy does have an advantage the Skyrim horses don't. Full damage does not exist for Nuggy. Nuggy is very special. Full damage is not a thing for him. Nuggy. Nuggy, it's a tiny rock. Come on. Come on, Nuggy. Work with me, Nuggy. Good boy. Jump. You can do it. I believe in you. Come on, Nuggy. Come on. Come on. I believe in you. Here we go. Good lad, Nuggy. Thank you for the assist. Is that a person over there? That's not a person. Ooh. Hello. A black wall. I believe we may have found a thing. Warden Commander's badge. My warden was here? Either way, Blackwall greatly approves. There's something else here as well. Quartz. What's this? Ooh, here we go. Still no trace of him, though I could feel the darkspawn below. Perhaps he could be lurking close to them, perhaps preparing to die with honor. I doubt it, but certainly we have so far. I confess this seems like a fool's errand at times, given how much is at stake. We saw bandits harassing the fishermen and we intervened. The fishermen thanked us, though I fear the bandits will return again in greater numbers. We will not always be here to help. Nevertheless, as long as we are here, the fishermen are safe. Dreams continue as they do every night. They make it hard for us to sleep. But we must persist. Hopefully the others will have found the solution by the time we return. In the meantime, I sing the song of Andrul. What that says. To clear my mind as best I can. Are they looking for my warden?
At some point.
Is that who they're looking for? Are they looking for my warden? What's this? Not bad. And more booze for my booze collection. Right. Hang on, who's this? Who are you? Crap. If you recall for being who's looked for, it's not my boy. Ah, crap. That was my immediate thought. Dun dun dun! Thank you, Keel. And hello, Keel, how are you? My guy would be a possible death. That's a horrible thought.
Make it take you.
Also, that hurt. Note to self, pay attention when fighting bears. Don't just look at the chat and chat while the bear is mauling my face. Not a good plan. Don't be iron. Thank you. Something far more useful. Alright, where am I going now? Memories of the Grey over there as well. But there's that thing right behind me. You had put it in the keep. Alice didn't do the ritual. Kill last demon didn't do the ritual. Anyway, at both ended. True. Yes, Alistair, I did put in the keep that Alistair didn't do the ritual. I did. My warden. Hang on. What's this? Grey Warden's journal. We searched the area but found no sign. If he was here, it was some time ago. I think the Grey Wardens fought safe rather than the last blight. Though they had little, they shared some of their catch. I think it was better supper than we had tasted in weeks. They even deferred to me once they saw that I commanded the other wardens. And there were a few even in Ferelden that would watch an elf command men without pause. They are friendly folk. After all this land has suffered in the past years, I hope they find some peace.
Looks like several
Hello,
wardens were traveling together.
I'll take that. And I will take all your elf fruit. Okay, we got that one as well. Now we can go find the other black wall thing. Why is there a bear climbing a mountain? Excuse me. Does mean you're going to meet someone important after the party. Am I? Oh. Ow! Bad bear. Bad bear. You, Mr. Bear, get first. When am I going to play Ark again? Well, seeing as there's no Saturday stream this week, because I'm at a friend's birthday party, probably if it it'll be either, if it wins the poll, I'll be playing it Tuesday, or if it doesn't win the poll, I'll probably be playing it next Wednesday. So, not too long. Why, Keel? Have you got some deliciously evil plan to destroy me? Why am I asking? I already know. So what's my death gonna be this time, Keel? Have you got something planned? Just something ready to go? It's gonna be something horrific, isn't it? Right, let's go up this way. Oh, really? The more you know. What happened here? There's a lot of dead people here. What? What is that? Oh, sneaky. Claymore. Keel. Every time you come in on one of my Ark streams and play Mr. Popo, my mind immediately goes, I'm going to die. That's why. Because every time my brain is acutely aware that Keel is here, and Keel and Exile are kind of fighting for who can kill M2 the most at the moment. And I don't know which of you is winning, to be honest. Both of you seem to be doing equally well. No, I need to go down this way and cross this way. Ooh. What do you mean, no? Oh, hello. He is not here. We have searched thoroughly and will now move on. How many days have I wasted here with whispers lurking in the back of my mind on this mad assignment? I pray we have more luck as we head south. I was speaking with the other wardens. I told the fishermen about the darkspawn we sense beneath the earth. It may not burst forth from the ground today or tomorrow, but I fear it will not be long. And we will not be here when they finally surface. Fishermen were grieved at the news, but they decided to make for West Hills, which is safe for now. As the fisherman who was interested in joining, I convinced him it was not the time. Others may have told him otherwise, but he is too young to make such a sacrifice simply because he does not wish to throw nets into the water all his life. We shared one last night by the campfire, and he went on his way with a smile, humming the song of Adrul while he left.
This belonged to the wardens.
You're doing great things. Of course you are, Q. Never doubt that. Hello? Well, I didn't expect to see that. Mine. And also mine. And back to looking for Blackwall stuff. Saving is probably a very smart idea. Yes, actually I haven't saved in a while. Thank you for the reminder. Hello? Are you an enemy? Who are you? That person doesn't have an enemy thing over their head. Who's that? Excuse me, random pedestrian. Could I have a moment of your time? Hello, who are you? Oh, they're two of the guys I'm now in command of. Hi. What the? Ah, joy. Bear! Hello. Burn. Oh, they're helping us. Thank you. I forgot they help us. Burn. Thanks, Chief. I am indeed boss. Hello, welcome back, Arush. Ooh. You want ad time? I just left that in there because it's a thing, but if you want it, sure, here's 30 seconds of ads. Enjoy! There you go. Enjoy your ads. Why would someone want that? But by all means, the roots, it's all yours. Ad hell is great. Sorry, Akuma, it's still a thing. Maybe I should delete that thing. Obviously, don't worry, you people that are subscribed, you don't see the ads. At least I don't think you do. Pretty sure you guys are immune to those. How do I get up there? I'm assuming this path? Indeed, indeed, indeed. Let's hope it remains that way. Excuse me. I think we can get up here. I must ask you to try the sport now. Sorry, what? Sorry, what do you? What do you mean, sir? No understando. What? Finally back from Ad Hell. Welcome back, Akuma. Up the path. I don't care if you have to jump like a damn goat. Get up that. Get up there. Thank you. It says I have enemies here, but I don't see them. Hello? Must be enemies beneath me. We are nearly there. Yep, nearly there. It's over the mountains a bit more. Could be in a cave. It could be. Well, there's not a door here, but there's people in there. Something to explore later. I need to go a bit this way, because there's another warden thing. Can I jump up here?
Have you heard from any of your Kirkwall associates, Varric?
You're asking
Treasure
me?
room.
So you
Cool.
don't read my letters?
You're no longer my prisoner, much as you like to act like it.
Yet I still get all the suspicion.
I am not without sympathy, especially given recent events.
Why, Seeker, I would never accuse you of having
Great.
sympathy. By
The
the way, I
imposters in
tend
the
to
chat,
refer to my
aren't they
associates
always?
as friends. Maybe you're not familiar with the concept.
Yeah, Varric's not letting Cassandra kidnapping him go for a while. Transfigurations. Hello? Kidnapping him in your own house. I know, right? How dare she? How dare you kidnap Best Dwarf? Alright, I need to get... Oh no, there is an astrarium here. Can't I do anything else? Can't I do anything? Oh god, I hate these things. Alright, come on, mountain goat your way up here. Come on. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. No. You did this 2 seconds ago. Come on. You jumped up here fine a second ago. Get your gangly... The phrase I'm thinking of is very rude. Alright, what's the way up? Left? Maybe? Left. Yes, my favorite Didi. By that I mean my most hated and dreaded thing so far. An imposter. How do I get up here exactly? Thank you, Q. There must be a way up here and I'm not seeing it. Found it. Elf root. Also, we are near the warden thingy. Ooh. Don't do this to me now. Come on. Come on. I grew more convinced if he was ever here, he was now long gone. Still, it would not do for us to miss him through laziness. He was one of our most skilled warriors, but anyone could hide himself here, it would be he. One of the fishermen shows promise with a spear, and his shoulders like an ox from throwing Nestle Day. He asked about joining the Grey Wardens. Under other circumstances, would be honoured to take a worthy and willing volunteer. Now, my orders did not say whether I should seek new recruits, even with our circumstances or because of them, I suppose. It did not hurt his case that he was easy to look at, and clearly wished to know more about the Dalish. The Darkspawn were louder than I thought at first. The constant whisper at the back of my mind makes it difficult to sense them as easily as I usually do. But they are near the surface. Perhaps bandits are not the worst these people have to face.
The Wardens must have moved on.
Moved on to where, I wonder?
Akuma, your reasoning last night in Among Us.
Warden business, maybe? Secret missions or whatever it is they get up to when there's no blight.
Whoever the Wardens are seeking, he's led them away from here.
What?
I think the Inquisition could benefit from this.
I agree. But yes, Akuma, last night your reasoning when we cornered you about an imposter, could you have thought of anything else? I mean, the sus on you was so strong at that point. Alright, they've all leveled up, so let's give them what they got. Alright, Varric, what do you got? Ooh. Yeah. Level up. Cassandra. Now we're doing this for Cassandra. Damage return 50%. Cassandra is a beast. Alright, now Blackwall. How about you, Blackwall? We were going down the same route with you, weren't we? Yes. Make him beast. There we go. Let me think here. There's that to do and an astrarium. Ugh. That's true. That's true. Tiredness would play a big part in that. I mean, hey, a couple of times you managed to come up with some decent excuses, so at least it wasn't all brain giving up on you. Elfroot. Right, so I'm assuming round this corner. And yep, there it is. More Elfroot. Thank you. I claim this land in name of the English Inquisition. Yes, you heard me correctly. Can't I just throw myself to from the rocks? I hate these things. At least I claim it in the name of the Dalish. I am not even going to attempt that. What the... I am... No. 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 I am not even attempting that. Good... How in the name of all that's holy do you do that? I greatly appreciate that, DD. Let's just open that page, because hell no, we'll be here for the next hour. Even then, I don't think I get it. I don't even know where to begin. Moment, please. I am not going to waste your time and make you watch me try and blunder through this. I always forget how to look at the pinned. Where is the pinned? I'm just going to Google it. There is no way in hell that there is any way I am attempting that. Inquisition. Astrarium Solutions. Yes, please. I was getting caught, eventually get caught with me, said nothing, was listening to those chosen by the planet in Final Fantasy Remake. I mean, if you're gonna listen to good music, why not? Okay. Please show me how to do this. Thank you. Storm Coast, yes. Not that one. Oh, good God Almighty. We would have been here all day. That is not normal. Alright, let's see. Gotta try and work out the positioning on this one. Massive, There are more stars there than there need to be. That's throwing me off. That's annoying. Okay, so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm so confused already. 8. Wait, go back down. What? 9. 10. Where is 11? Where is 11? Whoever made this decided to skip out 11. I don't know why, but that's what they have done. What? What? They have skipped 11. That's helpful. $12. $30. This is so confusing. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 30. I can safely say I never want to do that ever again in my life. I loathe those puzzles. On a level I did not think I could loathe anything more. I loathe it with a fiery passion that only would be matched by the intensity of a sun. Oh, I hate those things. I've kept that page open. I may need it. That was probably the funniest part, apart from me constantly stating that everyone hates the English. They do. We are hated. We are hated. Everyone hates the English. Hang on, there's an enemy over here. What is that? What are you? Okay, number 1. Ow. Number 2. It's like a dog. Oh, it's a Mabari. What have they done to Mabari? That doesn't look like a Mabari. Why are Mabari so thin now? That's not a Mabari. That is not a Mabari. I refuse to believe that is a Mabari. What have they done to Mabari? That's not a Mavari. That's too thin to be a Mabari. A Mabari is the beast of a dog. Different subbreed. I hope so. That's not a Mabari. As Barkspawn has shown in both Dragon Age 1 and 2, they are beasts of dogs, closer to bears than dogs. Alright, where am I? More shards. True. I suppose I could go to that one over there and have a look down there. Shards. I hate the shards. Alright, can I teleport to that? No, didn't think so. Anyone in your social group on Discord playing Among Us notices the English player then proceeds to vote them off? Yes. It's exactly as you say. Although I will admit, there seems to be a greater hate for Thanos, because when Exile, our dear Thanos, decided, as he was leaving the last game, to meme vote me off the first just by pushing the button, more votes for him than for me, so people sided with Iron Man more than they sided with Thanos. We need to get Solus in the group. Okay. I need to go and grab those shards as I go past anyway. Oh, Solus. Could we borrow you? Or you, for some reason. I know, you got plenty of meme votes yourself, Akuma.
Nothing to report, sir.
Oh, messenger hawks. I wonder what those were for a minute. There we are. Blackwall, could you step out for a moment? I need to bring my boy along. Oh, Solus, come with me. Also, I need to level you. He has a point to spend. Suppose I should give him some more firepower, or ice power, rather. What is that last power on that tree anyway? Blizzard. I like what that sounds like. Has they got a similar thing here? Wall of fire. Quite it. Chaotic forces. Ooh. Using my barrier's power to enhance fire spells. Fire mine. Pyromancer. Clean burn. Ooh. Burny stuff has good stuff. What is this? Static cage. That's the one I want. My boy is working towards that right now. Alright, come on, Solus. We have stuff to do. Why am I not... Nuggy! Come in, boy. Come here, my boy. We must go. Our people need us. There's no better way to travel than Battle Nug, is there? Whoa. Battle Nug is the finest way of travel. There we go. Although I will admit, the slightest tiny pebble in his path and he slows down. Which can be a tad annoying. Alright, well there's spiders in here, which we need to deal with anyway. So the car's front window is... I am sorry to hear that. How'd that happen? What happened? A rock chip, maybe? You have a point, Stevie. You have a point. While we're here, we do need to deal with some more spiders to get the points. No loot? Oh, there we go. Right. Ah, it's just a deep stalker. Oh, well, while I'm here, may as well get his parts. Oh, nothing. At least you drop something. Any more spiders knocking about? Spooters. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Keel. That sucks. Nothing more annoying than when your windscreen has a problem. Principally because you know the problem will not get better. It will just get worse. How big a chip is it? Any more spiders in here? Ooh. Hello? Didn't I empty that last time I came here? I'll take it. There appears to be another enemy here. Hi. Pretty sure this guy wasn't here a second ago, but he's here now. And he's also dead. And did not drop loot. How very rude. I hate it when an enemy I need to drop loot does not drop loot. It makes me very sad. Alright, where am I? Okay, there's one right there. A long one on the driving seat. Okay, that's not gonna... That can't be repaired, sadly. You're gonna... Sadly, that sounds like to be a new windscreen job. I hate that. I've already completed the quest, but now they've got it again for another thing. One of the, you know, the lady at camp, requisitions officer, she's asked me to get some more. Nuggy, please move. Yes. Yes, it is. Thank you, Nuggy. I agree. Alright, got it. Serpent stone. I may as well have that. Can I have the serpent stone? Thank you. Alright, Nuggy, get me off this small cliff. Good boy. Whee! He's such a good boy. It's kind of the last thing I need to do in this area. Then we can head back home and do a little engineering. Then we're off to the other maps. I mean, I do have 5 shards to shove in a door at this point. Along with a few other things. Getting all those shards is going stuck. Oh, come on. Really? Really? Beans. Alright, Nuggy, this is where you get off. I'll see you in a bit. Time for jumping. Oh, come on.
So here we are, Elf. Cleaning up another human mess.
What would the Inquisition do without our stabilizing influence, Master Tetras?
I assume they just start burning things.
That does sound like most humans I know.
If you gentlemen are quite finished...
Now, don't get touchy. We're just here to lend you simple humans our help.
Before you cause everything to explode.
Again.
I think Cassandra's going to end up stabbing one of them by the end of the day. Oh, come on. Okay, not this way. Although I don't know why this is here. We're just going to have to go up that hill and try and find a way around. Easter egg. A table and chair with a bottle of wine on it. Long one on the driving side. You car's front windshield. Windscreen. Yes. I know what you meant. Don't worry. That's gonna suck. Can't get up there. Oh, they're friendly now, yeah. Never mind, I keep seeing it people ahead and thinking, okay, time to kill people. No. It's not time to kill people. Move thyself. Move. You can make it. Come on. Leap like a frog. Come on. Right, come on. Work with me, game. Prophet's Laurel? What is this? And why can't I pick it up? There we go. Well, okay then. I've claimed this area, so where is the thing? Ah! Ah, there it is. Careful. If you fall off, I'll kill you. Alright, we should be able to teleport now. I don't really think there's anything else left for us to do up here. Nope. Back to this camp, I guess. You're gonna get into the car next year. That crack might get worse for next year, Chief.
Nothing to report, sir.
Follow a river to its source. What river? You're talking about that river? Right here? I mean, I can. Well, okay. Nugget! Hello, Nugget. Come here. And we can probably... Hang on a minute. What's that? Magic. Okay, Nuggy is not doing well on this terrain. Come on, Nuggy. Next car's gonna be a Jag. Nice. I am making him jump, Didi. That's his jump. It's not very good. Have we been up here? Yeah, we have. That's a good point. Easy, Nuggy. We're almost to the river. It's just called Long River. What a name. Hello, bears. Goodbye, bears. Come, Nugget. Goodbye, bears. Oh, there's another one. Following the river, the river, the river. Big SUV, 4 doors. My dad went that route. He's very fond of it. Chaps who we presume they're friendly as they're not attacking. Hello. Okay, you know what, Nuggy? I'll take it on foot from here. Appreciate the help. Oh, hang on, what's that? I mean, it'd be a waste to just leave it there. Stones. What about the stones, do they? Wait, what? What's attacking? Look for piles of stones, they mark quarries. Piles of stones. Oh, you mean these thingies? Well, it was just a ruin. Four-wheel drive. Don't worry, I know what it means, Q. Oh, it is a quarry. Well, why not then? Coming through? Seeing as there's a cave in front of me and I suspect there may be terrible and horrible things in, I'm assuming saving would probably be a very good idea. Right, come on, Solus. For some reason there's something in here you want to have a look at, apparently. Spooters. Burn! Cave is bigger than I think. That's not encouraging. Burn. And take the loot. Didn't I just loot that? Well, I've got all the anti-venom we need. It means the same thing here, don't worry. Did I say four-door by mistake? My bad. Don't worry, I meant four-wheel drive. I knew what you meant. I'm just being dumb and saying the wrong words. Do you have any loot for me? Yes, no, maybe. And now the loot spawns. After I'd already walked away. How bloody rude. There's a rift and a shiny thing in here. Didn't see that coming. Surprisingly big cave. What is this? Oh, it's an elven thingy.
That should help strengthen the veil.
That's why we brought Solus. I get you. So we can get slight approval. Burn. That'll work. True. Those guys take a lot of punishment. Seal it! And there's a skull thing in there. There's got to be a Veilfire thing in here. Intense lightning essence. Whatever that is. Wisp essence. I have a torch. This is now mine. Not bad. There are runes in here. Sorry, shards in here. Apparently so. At least they're not going to be too hard to get. They're right there. Give me that shard. You. That is deep mushroom. Got it. Where was that other rune? Right, liar. I gathered. Oh well, good place to get Spider Eye Core if you need it, I guess. Wait, where's my torch? There it is. Now, where is random rune? It's on a wall somewhere. Well, first off, there's a shard over there. Thank you, Cassandra.
Dead.
Grab the thing. Thank you. Now, where, oh where is this Veilfire thing? I think I've gone too far down the cave. Maybe I have to go further up. A massive pain in the arse. Yes. Yeah, well, we shall continue looking for it. Hello? Didn't see that. Thank you. Was there another one over here? No. Balefire rune anywhere? Hello, found you. Lightning rune schematic. You don't say. Lightning rune. Yes, yes, please. I found the thing. Also, now I will kill all the spiders to celebrate. Hello. Goodbye. Yes, indeed. In fairness, I would have gone this way anyway at some point, but I greatly appreciate the idea. Burn! And there we go. Loot the corpses. Thank you. That wasn't there a second ago.
You fight hard, Seeker.
We would be dead if I did not.
Right. That means the only place I have not gone is this way across the coast, and there's some primeval red lyrium. Good thing we got Varric with us. Does that mean that's where the dragon is? I suspect that means a yes. I might be about to get my ass kicked by Dragonfire. The dragon is a boat trip away. Okay, never mind. The dragon is not about to fry my ass. It's a light. I saw that dragon using lightning, so that's gonna be fun. She has an island? The dragon has an island. Who sold her an island? Who's renting her an island? I would like to have a word with whoever decided that was a good idea. Ooh, hello. Gimme. She pays on time in lightning blasts, probably. Also mine. When we go back to that stupid maze desert place, we're actually going to have an advantage in that we will be able to, what's the word? We will be able to, open a few doors. She pays you 5 bodies a month. That sounds about the going rate, Thanos. Well, she's keeping the giant population down, I'll say that much. I've seen many of them. They get murdered. I'm guessing we go in here? Nope, this is a treasure room. We don't go in there. Once I found another astrarium. I hate those things so much. That's not the treasure room? Why could I not open it? That's a door? Forgive me, but we've spoken a lot of doors. What door are we meaning? Mine. I need everything we can get, to be honest. Ah, that's what you meant. A literal door blocking progress. Which is odd, seeing as my mage could just lightning blast through the door, but apparently we're not going with that. Anything else up here? What was that noise? And what is that? What is that? There's some sort of... Oh, it's a dwarven structure. It's a dwarven... Yeah, there's no getting through that door. We could be there for a while with literal cannons trying to blow through that door. If it's dwarven made, it's not coming down without a fight. Dwarves build things to last millennium. As in thousands and... Not just one millennium. Millennia. Dwarves build things to last. A budget road off-road build Suzuki Grand Vitara. I think an uncle of mine had one of those at one point. He had nothing but good things to say about it, so he might be on a winner there. Okay, we're going back home to give Blackwall some of the stuff we picked up, and also check out some of those new schematics. Then we're off to the desert. Why do we have to go there? I hate that desert. Alright. And then I might try taking on a dragon. I might. Don't quote me. Damn, I'm thirsty than I thought. Right, let's get our guys working on something on the war table. Wait, I'm by the... Never mind, I'm by the front. Blackwall's right here. We may as well just go straight to him.
Travel safely.
Blackwall, I've got your goodies. Save in case I beans the conversation, which I'm known to do. Hi.
Heard you found something that had to do with wardens. Would have liked to have seen it. I've been meaning to thank you.
Oh, that's the first one where I forgot to bring him.
Need your attention. You didn't have to.
The first one I forgot to bring him, and the rest of them I did bring him.
If the history you pursue benefits the Wardens, then it was worth it.
I've never been more certain of my decision to join you.
There will be opportunities for us to do even more in the future.
Then I look forward to it.
Yay! Right. Have I given him the things?
Now. Perhaps in a bit.
I think I get... Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's more in Western Approach, Empress the Lion. I'm going to pretend I read that and just say we did. Oh! We got schematics, genius. Let's go use them. Don't attack the people, please. Alright, sturdy enchanter coat. Yes. Enchanter mail arms. That's the one I've already got, isn't it? Yep. Enchanter coat leg. Ooh. Are those what I've already got? I don't think they are. What can I make? Willpower? Willpower? Yes, I need that. Magic. 9 willpower. Anything else? Okay, yep. Not lamb. Lustrous cotton. Yes. Bear hide. Bronto hide. Deep stalker hide. Dragon wing. Hala leather. Nug skin. Phoenix scales. Ram leather. Rough hide. I kind of want to go with the fire resistance, but that seems a bit silly. I mean, we do have bear hide, which is a level 2 one. Cold resistance. We also do have the sunder when hit, if I really wanted. +5 range defense. I'm gonna go with bear hide. Let's have a look at them compared to mine.
Right.
Yep, that's definitely not what I'm wearing right now. Okay, let's have a little look at this. Can't do it here, I've got to do it on the table. Hang on. Modify armor. I have virtuous absorbing legs at the moment. Let me see, are they better than what I get? Health goes down, magical defense and confidence goes up 9 willpower. It does give me a willpower increase. I'm not suffering so much in health at the moment as such as I'm suffering from a lack of mana. I kinda wanna go with it. I'll try going with that for now. If I find I'm dying a lot, I'll change back. Not bad. That's superior hunter coat. That's rare medium armor. I'm sticking with light armor. Mages do better when they can move faster. Alright, there we go. I now have armored boots. I can work with Master Dennett. What are you doing?
Feels good to be back at work, Inquisition. And lucky you have me.
Hello.
In lesser hands, you'd be in trouble. Haven can't support the mounts you need, but I can.
Don't think we've talked to him.
How are your charges? Well supplied?
Indeed.
Haven is groaning under the weight. It wasn't built for this, but we'll make it serve.
Farewell.
Alright, now back to the table. We need to go and tell people to do more things. Then we need to go to that horrible, horrible desert. I don't like that place much. It is one big, horrible maze. What's the point of climbing on there? Right. Also need to drop off the stuff I've collected from creatures.
Go in peace, Herald of Andraste.
You could just use my name. I mean, Cullen calls me Llewellyn after my clan name. So at least people can call me by that.
Carry what you need right away.
There we go. Right, let's go get this done. Okay, you guys have some good news for me, I hope. I really hope. Alright, let's start with Orlais. We've got some influence. So for marriage, what scans fair for you when playing our influence? Yes.
Any word?
Or Legion Army Warrior Armor. Oh. Looks like that went very well. Alright,
at your service.
You work on that, my dear. I'll save that for Josephine. Other side. Hello, what's that? Ooh. Made for the day, down to the safe out of Hamsterel. Alright, what do we got? That's my clan. Barracks Revenge, done. Ally from Starkhaven. Oh. It requires someone that's already been used, alright. Red Jenny. Sarah is making me insane.
To work?
Cullen, you can do that. "21 hours? 21 hours for... Liliana, you better work fast. 21 hours? Excuse me, game? What? 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 21... Okay, to the desert that I hate.
See me kneel, for I walk only where you would bid me.
Hang on. Sarah slightly approves. Oh, because I did one of her quests. I think that's the only way I'm going to get any approval out of Sarah, seeing as I don't agree with her ever. World map. There's a landmark here apparently we haven't found. An earthy smell from a locked door. Cold endured. And fire captured. There's something I'm missing here. I think I've been everywhere here. There's a landmark that's out in the desert. I've just seen the rift, so yeah, I agree. Well, looks like we're going straight to the desert camp. Let's go close this rift and deal with this problem. You're not coming. Barrack, my boy, you come with me everywhere. Cassandra, yep. Now, are there things here? I don't know if there are things here. I'm gonna bring Blackwall, because I actually like Blackwall, he's kind of amazing. Also, he's a defensive super tank, much like Cassandra.
This might interest you, sir.
Oh. Why do you follow me everywhere?
This could help us.
Apparently I already had everything we needed. That was easy. Spider cave study. Need spider eggs and 5 more spider ichor. Alright, come on everyone. Apparently we're going wandering in the desert. I think this is a terrible plan, but we don't really have much of a choice. Onwards. What happened here? Silver ring. I forgot to unload all my stuff at the shop. Well, let's deal with this problem, shall we? Hello, fire demon. Rage demon. You know what I meant. Thank you for the loot. Ow. Everything will burn. Freeze. At least that works on him. Oh. Good night. Okay, rifts out here, done.
There's a single oasis in the midst of these wastes. They seem endless, don't they?
Can you imagine coming out here for a mining contract?
Never killed you before. Or is this just the hyenas like the ones in there? While you chaps are doing that. Can I not claim this in the middle of combat? Damn it. Barrack and I blinking away from behind cover. Beautiful. Landmarks done. Now to go and claim my prize. Nope, they don't give anything. Okay, right. Shards. Never tell what level they're on either, which is always fun. Alright, we need to get down back into the solar sun. Alright, come on, we gotta move. In there. Why not? I'll take some spindleweed. Why not? Right, climb up here, jump in, get in the cave. You think while we were here last time we could have put like a ladder up or something. Make it a little easier to get there. But no, why would we do that? Don't really need more deep mushroom, but you never know when you're going to need it, so I may as well help myself. May as well. May as well. Dragon form. Yep. How did that hurt? Oh wait, no. This way. I remember what I wanted to do. We got that lightning rune thing. I want to see if I can make it. Damn it. Wait, no, I can't make runes because I have no way to do that yet. Okay, now what do I choose? Fire? I don't know. Let's try fire first. I use fire more than anything else. I do want to go down the lightning cage route. Oh wait, there's no lightning here, is there? It's just fire, ice, and whatever the last one was. May as well go for fire then. There we go. Needs like 2 more runes for that door. 2 more shards. Suppose while I'm here I could look for some of the mini shards on ridiculous levels here. I don't want to, but I think I might have to. There's a shard right there. I have no idea where it is. There's a shard right there. There and there. I'm willing to bet they're on top of the thing. Call it a gut feeling. Oh, hang on, before I do that. Hey. Let's see if we can find some of these. There's 2, like, here somewhere. Maybe I can climb up? I want to say no, though, but you never know. It's one of the doors I broke open. This feels the wrong way to go. You never know, though, I suppose. Also an enemy in here. Lovely. How high does this place go? Hopefully this is high enough. Show me the shard. Hey. And whatever this is. Goodies. Gurgut webbing? I'm sorry, what? I don't want to attempt to jump up this. Because I have a horrible suspicion I'm going to come crashing down. But I hear the shard. No, this is a terrible idea. Let's try this way, maybe? No. Let's try going around it. Maybe we'll have better luck. Full damage? Oh, there's full damage, DJ. Oh, there's masses of full damage. Please let there be a shard here. There's the shard. Are you kidding me? Can I even survive that fall? Oh, you're a bad game. How? Oh. Nuggy can survive that fall. Just in case I miss it, though. Nuggy! Hello, my boy. I have need of you. Please, could you just walk off this edge very slowly? Just slowly. Good lad. Good lad. No. No. Good boy, Nuggy. You just stay right there. I'd be more than a squished elf. I'd be a pancake. Right, where is it? I saw it from above. Where is it? Oh. Where's the shot? There it is. Come in. This place is troll. This place is full of troll. What is that? I mean, why not? And wither stalks, whatever they are. Please be down here. Yes, there it is. I think I can survive that fall. If I'm careful. Just get out. Got it. What is this? I'll take loot. Schematics. Yes, more building. Saving is an excellent strategy. I'm gonna make a new save. Actually, it's been a while. We can open another door. Where are the other shards in this hellhole of a place? There and there. Right. While I'm here, I'm going to try and get the other shards. I don't like my chances, but I'm gonna try. Who are you? Oh, it's... oh, no. Hello, Sean, how are you? Welcome to me desperately trying to find something in this hellish maze. How are you? Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Or in this case, simply burn. That's also a thing. Right, you kill them while I look around and gather loot. Ah. Shields. Burn. Away from me. Land of endless sand. Yep. I do not like it here. This is basically just a giant troll maze.
I read some of your book. Hard in Hightown, was it?
Log.
Riveting stuff.
And you only read some?
Well, I found it in a latrine in a village near Cherno. It was missing some pages.
Huh. What do you know? Hello, buffering. Oh god, is Twitch being a douche again? Twitch, be nice to my viewers. I hear a shard. Where is this shard? Give it to me. Please be up here and not somewhere obscure. Oh no. Wait, what the? I can interact with that? Being a mage is awesome. Hello, shard. Come here. Now, where's the other one? Having buffering problems. Is Twitch having a bad night? I noticed a few streamers today were having some trouble with buffering. I was hoping it had worn off. It's annoying. Alright, now there's a shard. I think I can guess where it is. Up there would be my... On top of that giant rock. Oh god, no. Good luck finding the pathway. Thank you, Dee Dee. Your endless optimism and chirpy sarcasm is greatly appreciated when I'm knowing I'm gonna suffer. Joy! Where is a way up? Something above me. DD, don't remind me that there's platforming in this game. Please don't. The idea of platforming in a Dragon Age game still upsets me. Platforming should not be a thing in Dragon Age. Why would that be a thing? Why has it become a thing? Makes me sad. Alright, so. Don't know if I'm going the correct way, but I'm going to attempt it. Maybe there is a way. This looks suspiciously not like a way. If it's that rock arch there, I'm very sad. So I only see one way to get up to that. It involves much climbing and swearing. Apparently we're on the right level-ish. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. It's not that rock arch, it's over there. I'm very sad now. I have a theory. I doubt I'm right, but I'm gonna try it. Anley killed himself by walking off the side of one of his walkways in the dark. And that, Al, is why building in the sky is not always a good thing. Yes, you're safe from enemies on the ground, unless they break down your tree. However, one wrong foot, one misstep, and you don't have wings on, game over. Get on that ladder. Get on that ladder. Okay. Hold on a tick. No, that's not what we're after. That's just some materials. I've already looked through this, haven't I? How in the name of all that is holy do I get up to that? Get out of this. Hang on. I might be... No, that doesn't connect. If all else fails, try nuggy jumps. Thanks, Diddy. It's gonna suck. One last shard in this bloody hellhole, and it's there. On a cliff I cannot reach. Which makes me a very sad panda. It's right there. That is not a jump I can make. If I attempt that jump, I will die. Over there looks like something to do with it. Because that connects to that. Ugh. Nuggy! I need you to survive the fall. Come here. Yeah, Nuggy! Good lad. Okay, so head up as high as we can get. Go to the left. Find a way up that horrendous, horrible place. Must be a way. I refuse to give in. This looks promising. Nuggy, do me a favor and don't jump off anything. Okay. I think that's where we need to go. Yeah! Thank you, Nuggy. I will not give in. I will find a way. Hello? Alright. I'm gonna climb this. And if all else fails, use Nuggy to absorb the fall of impact. This is my plan of attack. This is where we need to be. I recognize the green glowy thing. Also, there's some dragon thorn here, so why not? I have the power! Promising. By the power of Grayskull. I have the power! And a thing. Don't care. Any dead people? Again, I don't care. Hang on. What was the thing? Never mind. There you are. Nugget! I need your aid. Good boy. We did it. And if I never have to come back here, it'll be too soon. Let's go open up a sodding door. Still wish we could teleport directly to the temple. Would be helpful, game. You come back here a lot to open temple doors. That's the only reason I want to come back here, my dear. Apart from that, I'm quite content to let this place burn. That is true. Right, let's get to the temple door. Open the magic door. The magic MacGuffin door. Get the prize. And the stat boost. And then we will leave. And I will be happy. For a time. This way. May as well. Yeet. I'm opening the fire door. Sounds weird when you say it like that. Right. I agree, that would be brilliant. Unfortunately, the game doesn't want to go with logic like that. Even though I would love it. Right, open the bloody door and let's get on with this. Oh, hi. Yeah.
Make it take you.
And dead. I'll take the ring velvet. Loot everywhere. There's gonna be explosive traps in here, isn't there? What is that? Well, hello. Battle Mage Lightning Staff. That's quite powerful. Battle Mage Staff Blade. That ain't bad either. Okay, some very nice items there. It is about that time, yes, Stevie. We will raid out probably quite shortly. Ring Velvet and Corpse Brain. Right, what's in here? Fire Essence, Intense Fire Essence. Enhanced Belt of Fire Resistance. Enhanced Immolate Ring. Fire Resistance up. Seeing as we're going up against a dragon fairly soon, that's probably helpful. Alright, let me just see. I've already got an Enhanced Immolate Ring then? Yes, I do. Still, beautiful. And put a few in here, why not? There you go, have a few of those. Hello? Oh. Any other goodies? Apart from this fellow. Okay, we're good. We can leave. Need to open the final fire door, but we're good for now. Back to Haven. I want to see if I can do anything with that upgraded staff. Ooh, giants. Odd-looking fellows, I must say. Giant troll would be a better approximation. I agree with that. Right.
Travel safely.
Yeet.
Master Threaten says he won't have more until next week.
That's tier 3 staff blade. Ring velvet. Another 3 willpower. Magic. 3 magic plus 2 willpower. Tempting. Very tempting. Yeah. Brutal imbued crest. Good. Hopefully I can add it to my staff. If not, I'll just hang on to it. Can't make that for a while.
Good.
Right. Weapons. That's the new sword I picked up. That might be quite good for one of our boys. Can I modify this? Don't really have any modifiers that would work for it. No. Yes, DJ, it is about that time. That's actually stronger than my Resolute Rod, that thing. Now that Battle Mage Lightning Staff, can't change the grip on it until level 16, charming. I can change the Staff Blade. I could give that to one of the others.
Should serve.
Right. Solus, you around. You might like this. He needs to be level 16 to use. We're going to be hanging on to that for a while, but it's not bad. Level 14 for the other one. I need to sell my junk. We are carrying a lot of junk. And you can just bet that when we next boot this game up, I won't remember to do that before we set off on something.
Anything you can spare.
Staff of Stasis. I can sell that. I've already got a better one. Keeping that. Was going to keep that because I wanted to disassemble it. Leader of Souls. We're keeping that. Rest of this is fairly rubbish. I'm going to hang on to that for one of the others. Don't need that. Don't really need that either. Any of this. That. Don't really need that. Gonna hang on to those, I might need them. Don't need that though. Sell all this rubbish. And we're good. Not bad. Right, and save. We have a couple more of the maps to go through, but apart from that, we've done most of the stuff we can do in this area, which is good. Anyway, it is about that time. So, who's on right now? Owl's still on. Then again, we did just raid him the other day. Maybe I should find another target. Who's about? Spanda. Inti. Murphy's on. Viv Soul's on. Al, Dan, Maku, and Hinty on your follow list. I see a couple of them myself. Eeny, meeny, miny. Mo. Ah, that's where I'm going wrong. I'm just not spelling it right. Right, I'll leave you in the capable hands of Murph for the evening. Anyway. Looks cool. Anyway, on that note, thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you had fun, because that's the aim of the game. And I will see you guys in the next one. And, let me think. What day is it today? Yep. I will have the poll up for Freaky Friday sometime in the next hour, and you guys can pick what scary game we're playing tomorrow. Anyway, much love everyone. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.